Man, actually connected to Facebook. I had trouble connecting to Facebook the first two episodes I did. Like every time I get ready to go live, it'll disconnect from Facebook. So this is the first time I actually connected, no problem. This is her. That's good. That's good. Well, it's time. Welcome to Tig Talk Podcast Show. I'm your boy Tig. Today, my co-host Tori. Give it up for Tori. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, what you about. Give your social media out.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tori. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I have a podcast of my own. I love getting into uh, debates. I love engaging in conversation, just seeing different perspectives from people. You can follow me on Instagram at Tori underscore naturally. You can follow me on Facebook at Tori Flowers. You can find me on Snapchat, I think, as Tori underscore naturally. Uh, Twitter at I think is Black Girl Magic without the vowels. Um, but yeah, let's get into it.
All right, all right. We're gonna give everybody a few minutes to join in. So you say you from North Carolina.
I am born and raised country girl through and through.
Oh yeah, I'm country too. I'm from Georgia though.
It's a
Yeah, I'm
different
country.
thing.
Yeah, I'm country, but I'm that hot Georgia. I'm born and raised. I'm in Atlanta now, but I'm from like the country part of Georgia. So yeah, got our first guest. So our topic today, our first topic gonna be mama's boys versus daddy's girls. I think I got that topic because I had been seeing it last couple weeks and kind of wanted to talk about it because I think there's some pros and cons to both and just want to get everybody's thoughts. I think in relationships today there's a lot of double standards. Yes, there's a lot of double standard between men and women. I think one of them is that I kind of always wonder in society why in general, not everybody think like this, but in general why mama's boys tend to look at it as like such a negative thing. Understandably, in some ways, I somewhat agree, controversially, but then when you hear the term "daddy's girls," like nobody like really has anything like negative to say about the daddy's girl portrayed. So I want to talk about. But before we get into it, what's
What's good?
going
What's good? What's
on?
good? How you
What's
doing?
good?
How you doing?
How you say your name?
LeBron. It's like LeBron
LeBron.
without the B.
Got
That's
Gotcha.
the
I
easiest way to
got
tell you.
gotcha. So I want everybody welcome LeBron. He's gracious enough to come on to the show to speak tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So tonight, our first topic we gonna be talking. We was talking about mama's boys and daddy's girls. Like we was talking about first. I want to get your thoughts on pros and cons of both. What do you prefer in relationship? I'm talking about when it comes to relationships. So that's
Okay.
my tonight.
All right. I be honest with you, as I'm not gonna lie, I'm a mama's boy. I think I'm more of a grandmama's boy. But to be honest with you, I think we tend to be more more sensitive. Like we listen more. We've been around our mothers, so we listen, and we're more respectful. Always making sure you good, you okay. Let me get that for you. Let me get the door for you. That type of thing. So yeah, it does have a negative connotation when you say a mama's boy. Like nobody wants to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And that's only because sometimes not everybody, but some men never put up that make that separation and put up boundaries between your mother and your lady. You got to just put up that boundary that your lady is who's with you and is important. Your mother will always be in your life, and you definitely got to take care of her. But I'm over here right now, and I'll be back. That kind of thing. I don't have no issues with daddy's girls. I mean that's your first protector, so I get it. But sometimes them daddy girl, they be up under you, and it's like, look, I'm not your daddy. Like, I'll take care of you. I'll make sure you're good, but I'm not your father. Like kind of looking for that father image in a way. I've experienced it before. It's not all of them, but I've experienced it before. But other than that, I don't have too many issues with daddy's girls, And most daddy's girls, yeah, they the only thing too, they'll call their father, but before they call you, that could be an issue. Look at her face. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I got on kind of late. I didn't get your name, Mama.
You said what now?
I did not get your name.
My name is Tori.
Tori. So Tori, am I somewhat on point? Do you agree, disagree?
I can agree. I think the problem is mature on like the maturity levels on both ends. Like if you have a very immature mama's boy, that's problematic because he doesn't know to separate his mom and the role that she plays in his life from the woman that he has chosen to be with. And I'm going to talk about marriage because the rules of dating and marriage are completely different. So if you are married,
can I interrupt you 1 second? I'm trying to be I'm being transparent. I'm being 100%. I am guilty on both parts. Where my woman had to check me, for being a mama's boy. So I've learned. But go ahead, continue. I just want to let you know I'm guilty. I'm not no saint.
So before you continue, what's everybody's relationship status? That's what I meant to ask. Because I think
I'm
that's
married.
You married? Okay, how long?
12 years.
Okay, congratulations. You give me people like you give me hope. I'm still you give me hope out here. It's tough out here. But
Yeah, it is. But it'll come to you when if it's worth it and it's the right one, it'll come to you. You just can't force it though.
Right. But yeah, you go.
I'm dating. We're dating.
But she is right. It does make a difference when it's dating or marriage
versus a relationship.
Different rules.
I think there are different expectations that come.
Agreed.
I think when you are married, oftentimes the mothers can get conflated and or the ideas of conflated of what their roles are, because once your son is married, I think his focus should be on his wife and the family that he has created. Definitely. Way more than the family that he has come from. Because if you as a mother do your part, then you should have no worries that your son is going to go off into the world and do what he's supposed to do. But a lot of times we in our community, we come from single parents and mothers conflate their sons to this husband role, which makes them rely on their sons in a way that's not healthy. So
drop them bars, Tori. Yeah, she's fitting.
It's about being a healthy mother-son relationship versus a non-healthy one. And I think when you are dating someone that's sorry, y'all, my son is busting in. When you are dating someone that has a non-healthy relationships with whoever their mother or their father, is going to be problematic. I agree. And same thing with, daddy's girls. I will tell everyone that I am a daddy's girl. I call my daddy for everything. If I need, but he's who I trust. So when I move to a relationship, I expect to be able to call my man in the same way that I call my father. If I'm coming to you with a problem and I'm telling you that I trust you enough to fix it or help me through it. Not saying that I rely on you like my daddy, but you are now the man in my life that when I have a problem, I'm coming to you to fix it. So I think should be a healthy designation both ways.
I can agree. I think with me, I agree with LaRon. I'm more of a grandmother's boy and mama's boy. More, although I did have my dad in the household. Had my dad. I went off to school at 18. So I was with my mom and dad's house about 11, 12. And then that's why I say I'm got to be honest. I'm a little bit more of a grandma's boy because I actually moved in with my grandma. Even though my mom and dad, I could literally see that house from my grandma's house. Literally see that. So I was with my grandma until I graduated high school. Then I went off to college. And then my first semester of college, my dad passed away. So now it's just my mom now. But even then, I always lean towards my mom. grandma. I say there's some ups and downs to both. That's I think your mom, you lean toward mama's boys tend like to be more on like your mom shows you the softer side of things pretty much. Your dad tends to give you like the harsher side of
Yes.
things. In reality, which definitely was a thing in my household. So I think it's good to have a healthy balance of both. Although I will say
Amen.
I don't really act, even though I probably identify as a mama's boy, I really don't act like it. Well, like out here in the world now, I don't really act like it. And I think the big thing why I don't have this because like the stereotype of the two names out in society. Because like I was telling Tori before you came in, like I see, especially I'm on Facebook a lot, so I kind of pay attention to what people be saying and things. I notice some piece over the years, even whether it's in person or social media, that mama's boy is always kind of referred to as like a negative thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then daddy's girl is always like a positive thing. So that's the reason why I want to talk about this topic because I want to challenge that and say there's some positive and negatives to both sides. There are some positive, like me. I know I've dated girls in the past that was daddy's girl. Not saying all girls or daddy's girls are like this, but some tend to. I think daddies have a different roles are different. I think daddies and husbands, like going towards the marriage part, both have the same. They both have significant role in a woman's life. I think oftentimes they kind of some women, depending on how their dad raised them, kind of taught them to blur the lines and basically expect the same thing out of their husband that they would expect out of their
Mm-hmm.
dad.
Mm-hmm.
Here to kind of challenge that a little bit because I think the dad have a different stance in their daughter's life than the husband have in his wife's life. The husband, like I think one example I was talking about with some friends in the past. One example is father and daughter is about as unconditional as it's gonna get as far as love. Your daughter, you can do any. The daughter can do just about anything to her dad. Her dad, and they still gonna love her. As much as we want to know relationships and marriage are very conditional. Like we all know, much as we love our partner, there's a line you can't cross. There's a line before it ends. It's a line, and then usually the father's role for a daughter is protect the daughter. That he protects his daughter from harsh in the world. At least along their kid, all the way to adulthood, even past then, even but that's not necessarily. It's a lot harder to do as a husband because the woman's an adult. Then it's hard for you to protect your
Mm-hmm.
wife from everything that's going on. Everything is so that's like there's a couple things, and then also, I think generation is different too. Like your parents teach the kids things about like how they went through things growing up and how their marriage would be, but I think we all know like relationships are different today than they were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, shoot, even 10 years ago. Like it's constantly evolving. Like marriage is
I
different today than what it was 20 years ago. Just
I don't know if relationships have changed. I think people have changed. I think what we know as a relationship is what society told us that a relationship had to be, and also even back then women had less rights than they do now, so we were way more dependent on a man back then. Women couldn't buy houses, so they needed a husband. Women couldn't own property, they needed a man. They couldn't work, they needed a man for money. Like they needed men. Women necessarily now don't need men to elevate or rise in life. They don't need a man's permission to do anything, which makes dating hard because I feel like men have to be likable now. Like men's personalities play a trait because again, women are very
Question: so men didn't have to be likable before?
no, they didn't. Like how many times we've heard like husbands have had whole like other families on the other side of this. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
back in the
Like,
day. Yeah, yeah.
like personality, like they stayed
They
because
just
they
put up
had
with
to.
it, kind of.
They
Yeah,
had to put up with it, and now it's like, sir, I
true.
got 6 degrees, 17 certifications, 3 homes, 6 cars. I don't need you. Like I don't have to have your money. I don't have because women now can get their own. It's
Mm-hmm.
which makes dating hard because the leverage that men had before, they no longer have it.
True, true. She's
And
spitting
something
then
like
bars.
And, and
Somewhat.
then when women express, hey, I want my man to take care of me in such a way that people are saying a traditional relationship goes, now women are being labeled as gold diggers. They only want you for your money. But men are also saying they want a relationship in the same way that their parents had one or their grandparents had one. And I said, granddaddy was paying the bills.
Yeah.
I think it all
You
depends on.
definitely got
I
a
think it
point.
all depends on person to person, like what kind of relationship you're looking for too. That's the thing too, because some people want the still wanting the traditional relationship where man pays all the bills, takes care of the household, and basically lead the household. And then some people want the relationship where it's like partnership type thing, the partnership type relationship
I
where
don't
it's
think
50.
I don't think a man paying all the bills and the woman taking care of household isn't a partnership though. That's a trade-off. That's just as much of a partnership as someone going 50-50 on the bills. I think that's where it a lot of people are missing the point. Staying in the house all day, making sure it's clean, making sure you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, making sure the kids are tended to, that's a job.
What are you talking to?
I'm on a podcast.
Oh, I got an iPhone now.
Oh my God, get out. I'm on live.
He got an iPhone now.
Give it up for him.
Say hey to my brother, guys. Give it up to my brother.
Now,
iPhone.
I got the iPhone 33. How you doing, big brother?
We got the iPhone. About
Yes,
to
sir.
FaceTime now.
Stefan, this is for real.
I hope that's not my
Go
girlfriend on
live.
FaceTime. No, I'm just kidding.
iPhone is real.
He said, he about to FaceTime now. He says over.
Yo, I got a question. Yeah,
Get
I
out,
think
get out, get out, get out,
I'm
get out,
just
get out,
assuming.
get out, get out, get out.
I just assuming. I don't know. Do you think is, well, in the black culture, we just, not different in a negative way, but we just tend to things differently than other cultures. But say just for a white culture, I think the relationship of like girl dads and mama's boys, I think could be similar, the same. You think they?
Oh, most definitely. You see it. You see it in relationships across cultures all the time, where you have women overly dependent on their sons, causing a unhealthy relationship, and you, I've or girls being, I don't know, I've never seen an unhealthy relationship between a mother and a daughter and a daddy, but it could be. It could be. If you take it, you could be if you take it too far.
I mean, because we're all humans, but we know, when it comes to black folks, we have our we're born with a certain flavor sauce, so things are just different for us.
It is.
Yeah, I'm finna say with this topic, I think this is a universal race. Definitely, I think it's a thing.
Okay.
Most races. There's definitely some things I think that's lean more towards our community more than others, but this one specifically, I was like, yeah, this was more of a universal thing. Moms, boys, daddies, girls. I've seen this in all races, so
Yeah, I
I
don't
agree.
I definitely, well, being mama's boy, of course, I'm rooting for us, and as long like Tori said, as long as you're doing it right, and like I said, you kind of set the boundaries, and taking care of your family, and this is kind of not distancing yourself, but knowing that you're going from the family you were raised from to the family, you put together, so you definitely got to take care of that family first. So it's just about boundaries, and I don't have a problem with a mama's girls. Excuse me, daddy's girls. But the only thing is that I think with daddy's girls, like fathers, of course they raise their daughters to want the best from a man, but fathers don't necessarily teach their daughters how to take care of a man either, unless she picks that up.
I can agree, but I think it also becomes it comes into play. Are you seeing your parents in healthy relationships?
Yeah,
because
and
I
that could
can't.
be confusing too if you come from a single parent
If
household.
you come from a single parent household and you've never seen your parents date, how would you know how to treat a partner if you've never witnessed a successful relationship? Like my mom and my dad were separated before I could remember, and my dad has now been married 25 years. I'm 30,
Okay.
so I only know my stepmom as who he's been with, and I see the way he treats her, and I'm like, if my man don't come like my daddy do for my stepmom, is a no-go for me. Like, he works
Gotcha.
very hard to take care of not only her but the children that came with her, his biological children. He's never made anyone feel left out or other than because they weren't his biological kids. He's
Nice.
never he's never complained about the role. He makes sure even in our adulthood that we are still a-okay. Like, if we need him, we can call him. Like, overall, just a good dude who provides for his family. Like, and if you need him, he's there. So
Nice.
that's not so much as like financial, because I mean my dad does pay all the bills. My stepmom doesn't work. He told her to stop working because he got it. Like,
And there's
and
nothing wrong with that. If that was
that was,
that's their plan and that's what makes their relationship go,
you
by all
know
means.
and not saying that she didn't work, because she's a cosmetologist and she made her money too, but it was just like, I see that you're not happy every day. You don't gotta go to work. I got us. So, like,
So
being able to be a provider. My dad is still very much a protector. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to let any harm befall anyone who is around him, male or female.
of course.
Um, just being a wholesome, upstanding human being. And that's what I model, what I want in a man after. Not so much like, oh, like, are you paying all my bills? Because no, that's not necessary. If you want to, I'm not gonna say no. But like, if that's not what I'm picking. Are you a leader? Are you a stand-up, wholesome man who has values and morals, ambition and drive? Can you protect me? Can I call on you? Can I trust you that if I'm in trouble that you could help me? Like, things like that. And I think that's what it should be when you say that you want a man like your father and not your actual daddy. Because I don't want somebody to come in and play daddy. I got a daddy. Like, I just need you to be enough like like, not even enough like him, but just
Quite a few qualities.
the same traits. Because my dad is a good dude, so why wouldn't I want someone who is a good dude?
So, what questions? First of all, shout out to you, mom. Shout out to that. That's nice. That's rare. A woman like that, because today, like, most women want to hold on to that career and job. So that's actually the rare. I applaud, like, your stepdad would say, no, you don't have to work anymore. Just drop it. I'll take care of everything. I know a lot of women, they will actually fight that. Will actually fight knowing that they'd rather still work because they still kind of like in that operating like that fear mentality, like what happened if you leave me type thing. Like, so I actually respect that. But before we keep going, welcome JJ to the cat. Welcome JJ. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Hello, everyone.
Cool.
Hello.
Yeah, I've been
What up? What
listening
up?
for a little bit. It's been some good conversation. I'm liking what everyone's saying. You guys seem like really nice people, cool people. So yeah, I had to join in because I was just listening and I heard I don't need no man and all this other stuff. I was like, oh whoa, let me. And you guys like, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. But the truth is, you need that man, you know. Yeah,
I was gonna get to
yeah,
that. I was just being respectful and let her get her points across before I interject. Being
yeah.
respectful. I was gonna get to that. I
Oh,
was
I
gonna.
wasn't talking about me personally. I know I need mine. I know if he come, I'm waiting outside with my bags for my soulmate. I'm ready to be picked up. Like, I
Yeah,
wasn't talking about me personally, but there are those hyper independent women who say all their life they don't need it.
yeah. But I
And
feel that's
we
more
all
like a
know.
cry
I mean,
for
I'm not
help,
saying that everybody
kind of.
needs a partner, but you're not supposed to go through this life alone. Like,
Yeah.
humans need that connection.
And I bring that back to the whole point of the father figure. So the daddy girl, it's like, I think that's looking for that guidance, kind of like that just, like show me the ropes of life. Like, how do I manage this or how do I manage that? Like, how do I move forward this way? And just a bunch of male perspectives, kind of.
Hmm. I will tell everybody that I'm super traditionalist. I believe that men are the head and that women are the neck. Y'all at the top, and we support you. You know what I'm saying? We hold you up. Like, I am a firm believer in that. So yes, I don't think that whole I don't need anybody on either side is accurate.
I can agree with that. I think even like just for connection, even like even financially too. I think even like be able to live like um I think unless you make like a certain amount of money, like a certain I think it definitely benefits both sides to be with someone when it get later in life, even when it comes to like finances or when it comes to just take care of one another because one thing I try not to do because I see it in my own family like you gotta have a retirement plan. You got who's gonna take care of you when it's time for you to retire, and you
Yeah,
can't work anymore. And you can't work anymore. And I hear a lot of people they basically their kids is their retirement plan. I say, and I tell you that's messed up. That's messed.
True.
I'll go my best at life to try to make sure that when I get that age, my kids ain't my retirement plan. It is not. If I'm not married, I'm at least gonna have the money to take care of myself, or the means to take care of myself. The means to take care. Because I think one thing I'm definitely gonna talk about that on the episode in the future because that's I think deserves a whole episode in itself. I had seen a post on Facebook. Well, a woman was talking about her kids being her retirement. Like, oh, she feel like kids or her kids it's her kids' duty to take care of her when she gets to
Mm.
that age. I'm definitely gonna here to object to that. Here to I don't think it's your kid's responsibility to take
But
care of the
you
parent when
know,
they get
and
old.
maybe not their responsibility, but keeping the buck. We all blow up and whatever financially. You're gonna take care of your mother and your father. I mean, the parents that took care of you. That's just natural out the gate. That's what you're gonna do. But yeah, for me to just assume my son's gonna take care of me, now I want him to be good, and I don't want no type of stress like that on him. And when he pop off, he'd be like, whatever it may be. I'm sure I'm gonna be in a good place. But yeah, you definitely should take care of your parents. They took care of you. Definitely
yeah,
show love. Do what you can do. Hopefully you don't have the selfish parents who just want more and try to lead you dry. But hopefully you have decent parents. Like, yeah, this is my son got his. He's my son daughter has theirs. They're well off. I'm great. I'm happy. I'm in a good place. And they do what they can for me when they want to, and it's cool. Hopefully you don't depend on that.
definitely.
Nah,
That's
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I definitely, that's definitely basically my stance on that. I can agree with that.
that's like the circle of life. You kind of, your
Mhm.
parents take care of you, you take care of them, your kids take care of you, or
Yeah.
just kind of keep it moving. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, you should want to
I
take care of your kids, your
So
parents.
every time I hear Circle of Life, I just think of Lion King out the back. Every time I hear it, I'm like, did that come from Lion King? I don't know, but that's what I
It's the
think of.
circle of
My
life.
Y'all
bad.
about
Continue.
yeah, y'all about to roast me. Y'all about to roast me, but I ain't never watched
Let's
Lion
do it
King.
then. I
I
likes
ain't never
roasting.
watched.
What happened?
I ain't never watched Lion King.
Oh,
I
it's
ain't never
okay.
watched
I
it.
I
I
saw
don't
bits
know
and
Oh,
what.
I
pieces
thought we
myself.
was gonna roast you about something
Oh
else.
no,
Me
no,
too.
no,
Yo, I
no,
saw bits and
no.
pieces myself, and I
I
put it
was I was
together. I've never seen the whole
I was ready to
movie.
get whooped. No, I never seen the movie. I know my friends every time I tell them that it's like they look at me like, "How dare you?" Like
Yeah, you should
that's
watch
just
it.
one of
You
those
should
movies I
definitely
never
watch it.
watched.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I feel
definitely
the
should.
same way when people talk about black classics. Like I've never seen Baby Boy, so it's okay.
Is
Oh,
that? It's kind of a culture hood classic, but it's not the best movie.
For the culture,
I've
I
seen
ain't
it.
seen a lot of the movies.
Oh damn, it's
I
okay.
was I
But
was a different kid.
Baby Boy is a mama's boy.
Yeah, in the worst
Yeah.
Yeah,
way,
there it
so I've
is.
So
heard.
yes,
Bring it full
definitely is.
circle.
I'll tell you a lot of women my age group they want them a Jody today. They
No,
want
they
them a
don't.
Jody.
No, they
Yeah, they
don't.
do.
Nah.
They
They
lying to
want a
you if they
Jody.
say that.
I heard about a month or two ago. That's one girl I actually went to high school with, and it's the first time ever been blocked by anybody. But she said she had went on a rant for her birthday. She had said she had did a post, and she's like, "Yeah, thank you for all the birthdays, but But please, all you ugly guys, get out my inbox. I want me a. She said she want a gangster slash. No, she want a hood slash romantic man. Romantic man. The first person I thought about was Jody, her
A
baby
hood,
boy. So I
a
was like, so
hood.
you want you a
That
Jody? So
that
you,
juxtaposition, that juxtaposition gets on my nerves. That gets
yeah.
on my nerves. I
I
hate
just
when
commented. So
girls
I was
say they
like,
want a hood romantic dude. Cause
yeah. She
why?
said that, so I just commented. And I was like, so you want your to do this that whoop your ass and then change your tires and say I'm sorry and do it over and over again. That's pretty much what you want. That's just what you want.
And then she blocked you after that.
Yeah, got mad, but it's all good. I'm telling the truth. So I just asked a question. I ain't say nothing that bad. I just asked a question. But yeah, but yeah, that's a classic movie I haven't watched. Or yeah, Lion King. I haven't watched that movie. So any of the last thoughts on Mama's Boys, Daddy's Girls? What you prefer? Would you marry a Mama's Boy, Tori?
If it's a healthy relationship, of course. I think a way a man treats his mom is very indicative of how he'll treat the women in his life. If he has the utmost respect for her, genuine respect and not just, oh, you my mama type thing, like just because you my mama, but like genuinely respects his mom, understands like the boundaries that he would create between his mom and then where I would come in if we were to be that serious. I have no problem. No problem. Those are some of the sweetest, most nicest, most kind people. And I love it. I love it. My son is a mama's boy, and
And he
ain't
will
nothing
be.
I can do about
My
it.
son's a mama's boy. And I know there's nothing I can do about it till at least he's 12, 13, where he gonna be, come on, ma. So dad, like I was saying, I can't wait
And
for that time.
yeah, and see, at that age is when I'm sending him to go live with his dad.
It's
So
pivotal. 12, 13 is pivotal.
yes, I think that it's necessary. Like we want to get into, I think the next topic was like Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Oh man, do we have to? The Father's Day part of it is real short. That'll be like 5 minutes.
I be advocating for Father's Day so hard. I hate the women that come on there and congratulate themselves on Father's Day.
Yeah.
Like it's so unnecessary, man. It's so we got your day. You are not
I
that
don't
baby's father. You
I
are the
don't mean no
baby's mother.
disrespect. I have a podcast called Paternal Presence, and it's about celebrating Black fathers and just the journey of Black fathers through fatherhood. And that's one of the things that comes up often is like Father's Day. And I always give props to women because it's not like we deliver them the boys ourselves, but just to tell people to learn how important dads are in the kids' lives. Like, yeah,
Yes,
it's possible. I come from a single parent household myself, so it's definitely possible. But I think when you have both, that'll make that child so much better, as a person in general.
yes,
But
it does.
I just
Yes, it
wanted to
does.
put that out there.
I can
Yes, it
agree.
does.
Yeah, that's definitely what I was going to talk about with that topic because that actually, I know Mother's Day is coming up, but I seen like it's already starting. I seen a guy social media today. He did like a viral post. He was saying, first early Happy Mother's Day. He was trying to be funny, but he was like, yeah, first Happy early Mother's Day. And but when Father's Day get here, I want to let y'all know, don't even start that. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't even start that. I seen the comment
Mm-hmm.
section. All the women
I
coming there like, yeah, happy sperm donor day or something like that. One girl
I
said, I was like,
I
oh god.
I I hate it. Burns me up inside because I, as a mother, even though me and my son's father are not together, would never ever say that I'm my child's father. Like that's a role that I can never ever feel or try to feel. Like I will never be his dad. I will always
Mm-hmm.
and forever and only ever be his mom. And I have my day on Mother's Day to celebrate being being his mom, celebrating my mom. And then on Father's Day, I always give, his dad his props. Well, like I do any other day, like not just Father's Day.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I can agree. I agree. Yeah, I just I think first shout out to all the single parents out there. I know it's not easy, but I can't relate too much, and I came from two parent household. And, but I would say, my opinion, like I was had this discussion with this girl earlier, and she was saying like that just her she can always tell her mother Happy Father's Day on Father's Day, and I kind of know challenge that a little bit, because I just think I think it's just kind of disrespectful to actually all the fathers out there, and in a world where we kind of stereotype, especially in the black community. Even I grew up like this is one of the things for this platform. I want to break down sometimes I want to like slowly break down the stereotypes, especially like black men have out in the community, like black out in the world today. Black men have out of the, and even I grew up like not saying my family directly taught me this, but even my I grew up believing like, man, I gotta I gotta make sure I grow up to be able to take care of my kid, because I grew up believing like black men in general don't take care of the kids,
That's the
or we just
narrative.
popping babies everywhere. Like I grew up believing that. I grew
which
up
is
believing
Yeah.
that.
But can I tell
the
you,
furthest.
that was the
That
purpose of my podcast, because I'm sorry. When I had my son, I had the same idea, and I know my father wasn't around, so of course I went with that narrative too, and I said I'm always gonna be there for my son. So anyway, I'm going with my son. I bring my son out to the park. As I'm in the park with him, I'm meeting all these fathers who's involved. I'm like, wait a minute, yo, we out here. Like, I know more involved fathers than I know
that
deadbeats.
don't.
I'm sure there's some out there, but I know a lot more involved than that are not. And sometimes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. Sometimes women make it very hard for them to be involved. Sometimes they're not. We're not 100% innocent either. But
No,
sometimes women can make it very hard to be involved. But there are black fathers. A lot of them are very, very involved. It may not be the way the women may want them to, and not gonna say 100% of us are great, but
right.
they out here.
I
We are
don't.
out here, I should
I
say.
don't think. I don't think anybody should have to fight to be in anybody's life.
I agree. Thank
I
you.
don't.
Thank
I
you.
don't. I A man should not have to fight the mother of his child to be in his life, to be in the kid's life. I think that is
Thank you.
ridiculous. Um, I think if a man is actively trying to be there for his kids, then you need to let him be there, because financial support isn't the only way that you can support your children. I
Mm-hmm.
think I would have rather, instead of my dad sending child support checks, been with me every weekend, or been at my games, or doing like showing up more than sending the check. Cause time spent is way more important than financials. I don't
Yes.
believe I've never believed in child support. My son is 8, and my son's dad voluntarily put himself on there once he joined the military. Have never I've
Yeah,
never
plans.
done I've never done it. We co-parent in a way that makes sense for us. Like whenever
Good.
Tristan goes to see his dad is responsible for all of his needs when he goes with him. And when he is with me, I am responsible for all of his needs when he is with me. I don't ask him for nothing. He don't ask me for nothing. And then it just works out that way. Um, I will say when he was younger, his dad did take me to court for custody, and it just ended up being 50-50. Not because we uh didn't want each other to see the kid. It was a battle of egos, and the only way that we could settle it was in court. It wasn't me trying to keep him from his son or him trying to take him away. We just couldn't agree. So it ended up in the court, and now we've had the best co-parenting relationship ever. Like I have a lot of people who like are like, how do y'all just get along so well? And I'm like, because we keep it about the kid. Like I don't worry about what he got going on. He don't worry about what I got going on. As long as my son is safe and okay and healthy, and that's all that matters. That's
And
all
Now,
that
that's the
matters.
biggest
uh,
thing. You keep it about the kids, because a lot of parents these days, like they put their emotions into it, or they
Hmm.
feel hurt because they're not together, so they kind of use the kids as a weapon. And it shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
like that.
And you shouldn't do that. Like, right, you have to grow from, like I said, that place of ego to understand that in reality it's only about the child. Whatever y'all have going on it's not necessary. It's only hurting the kid. Like it was a whole like, you gotta respect me, da 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 da. Like it's not not saying that you shouldn't have respect for the other parent, but it's like, if I keep it about the kid, what is there to lose respect about?
Yeah. Now I have kind of like a personal question, but so my dad and my brother went through a similar thing with my brother's mom. Like, how much do these lawyers cost for that type of custody type of
Oh,
battles and
oh,
all that?
Pay a
Because I know
lot
my
more lawyer
dad
oh,
was
fees.
really
between 5 and 10
okay.
grand.
Yeah,
They're not cheap at all.
exactly. Yeah, I know my dad was like really, going through it during that whole time and like had to downsize and moved in with his parents, like my
Hmm.
grandparents, and
Yeah,
like
it's
It,
it
tough.
was
it's a very expensive thing, and
yeah,
and I told him afterwards. I was like, bro, we could have not went to court and saved all that money, but he was just like, we weren't seeing eye to eye, and so
yeah,
we needed a third party to come in and regulate, because your camp was on your side, my camp was on my side, and neither one of us was hearing each other. So we had to do what we had to do, and now we're great.
I haven't
Like,
been through that, but I mean, let's keep it a buck. Like black people, you know, we do have a anger in us. This is all in our DNA. I don't care what you say, but and
yes,
we have
no, it is.
ego because it's like ain't nobody gonna push me around. This is my
nah,
child.
no, that's a
I'm trying to be here for.
stereotype.
And sometimes, no, it's really not. We trauma's in our DNA. That's facts. Trauma's in our DNA.
We're
So
born
Nah,
we
with
have
PTSD.
yes, it
It's
is.
no, trauma
scientific.
is embedded in you by people that want you to believe that you've been traumatized. But like we have,
Not you necessarily, but yes, our ancestors are traumatized. It's in our genes, it's in our DNA. I promise you that.
It's You can
I
look
mean, if you
that, you can
disagree, it's
research
okay.
that.
Thanks.
You can look that up. Black,
But I don't
like,
want to go
it's
too far out the
we
way.
it's been scientifically proven that everything about us is just hard.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I'm just saying, all I have to say is that so we go harder what we believe, and especially our seed, our child. We're like, look, I want this, I want that, and she wants this, she wants that. But our egos could be so big. We are arguing about we're arguing about the same thing. We actually agree,
Arguing
but we're
about the
arguing about
same
it.
thing.
no, I don't think
Exactly.
I see your point. I'm just trying to let it soak in because I do see it what you guys mean. Like I do understand what you guys are saying.
Yeah,
I
it's
Yeah,
just
not
I,
that
looking
I,
that
like
word
I don't believe it either,
that
but
word
it is
trauma is
there.
just so traumatizing. You kind of don't want to be
Facts,
associated with that word. Like you're kind of like, oh
facts.
no, like no, we don't have trauma. What are you saying? Like because I want to use like a more I don't know positive word for it. I don't know how to like really say it. I mean, hard is better than trauma. Like, but like I'll say
But
more.
no, like,
So
to keep
But
it
we
a
can't
band,
say heart
we
is in our DNA. Heart is in
yeah,
our DNA. It just don't
that
work.
no, let's say
that
everybody
dog.
out here ain't
that
hard.
chip on
Everybody,
our
Hey
shoulder
yo,
is in our DNA. That
what you
that
say,
that chip
Tori?
on my shoulder is in our DNA. Like, we come out with a chip
That's
on
yeah.
our shoulder.
This is true.
I
But
think it come from like a generational history of like come from the past, like what our
Color.
grandmas taught our parents and parents taught us. So like, yeah, we have a different like history than other races or different.
Yes.
oh, most definitely. Like, we've been con- it's a con- we've been conditioned so much
Mm-hmm.
that we don't even realize that most of this stuff is traumatic. like
Yeah,
like
Right.
it's and they're rapping it differently, but we're still seeing lynchings. We're still seeing, like, when they replay these videos of us getting killed on the street, that's the same thing as the public lynchings. When they're locking us up for these mundane crimes, the 13th Amendment says if you've been convicted of a crime that makes you a slave. Who represents the prison population? That's us. Like, when the statistic is 1 in every 3 black men will end up serving time, that's ridiculous.
uh,
All
That's
right. So check this out. I just used a thesaurus to look up trauma because trauma is a little traumatizing for him. So the words I found that might work better for you is damage, hurt. Does that sound better? We got hurt in our DNA. We got damage. Does
no,
that sound
no,
better?
no, no, no.
Okay, there's
but
Definitely got
it's
sore.
damage.
and
There's
but
Definitely
and
got
wounding.
I'll
damage.
say
but you
I'll say
just
like
looking at the
perseverance or
negative.
something.
Resiliency is also
Yeah,
built in our DNA.
resiliency.
Like,
Yeah,
not just the trauma,
Yeah,
but
that's a good one.
we are resilient
flexibility.
people. Like that, the
This is
pain
true.
and the strength is in our DNA. Like it's not
mobility.
just the bad, it's the good too.
Yes, I agree. But he said traumatized is a hard word. I was just trying to find something else for him.
Like,
It's a true
yeah,
word though. It's a true word. Not
but
history.
it is a
Yes,
true
sir.
word. I think it is. I mean, trauma is a fact because it's a lot of stuff that has happened and it's still happening.
It's still happening.
Is the
It's
only
just
way you can deal with it is by disassociating yourself on the daily basis until it pops up, and then you kind of think about it again, and then you go back to disassociating yourself. Because if you think about it each day, like, you don't want to go outside, you don't want to, drive your car, you don't want to go to work, like, you feel hopeless, and
Yeah.
that
no, you
is,
do.
and that's
You
like
but
what is
it's
there to do besides just,
but it starts when you break those generations. Like I hate like the whole thing, but like you break that by starting at home. Like I
Mm-hmm.
I break
In a
those
circle.
I break those curses and all of these things by starting in my house with how I raise my son, with how I interact with the people in my household, how I interact with the people in my city. Like you start
yeah.
close to home and then that trickles out to a greater effect. Like I'm from a very small town in North Carolina, very, very, very small. But we have one of the highest opioid problems in America. Like
Oh, wow.
I've seen more people die of overdoses than I should in my young life. And just I want to say today there was a shooting and a teenager is being airlifted to a hospital.
Hmm.
Like it starts by looking in your home and making sure that they don't follow the stuff that leads them down these dark roads. Like
Mm.
if we get more involved and stop letting YouTube and everything raise our kids, then they wouldn't be out here. It requires a hands-on approach. I
Yeah.
know for me personally, I'm collaborating with this girl to get these kids on HBCU college tours. First, we got to
Nice.
get them out of this city first and foremost, and let them know that there's more than Hickory, North Carolina.
Is it
Like
quick question? This is your first time doing this?
doing a college tour.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been.
All right. I just
I
wanted
went
to.
on them, but this is my first time organizing them.
Okay, I got a friend who did that too. So if we can link up, I would definitely give you information, and I know she'll be happy to tell you how to go about it and how to get it done.
Yes, I will definitely get your information after this. Um, but yeah, it starts within the home. It starts by making sure your kids know different, like, but also know where they come from. It's about knowing the history and
Yeah, yeah.
being able to change it. Like I tell people all the time, if your kids is only learning in school, they failing.
Yeah.
You got to be able to
Yeah,
teach them at home.
True
definitely.
indeed.
I
True
think
indeed.
come our community it definitely starts with us from the inside, work our way out inside. Because I know we still have issues with we still have issues like, of course, us versus other races definitely got issues with them. But I definitely want to like hold on like us come together, black community, because especially when it comes to like relationship and marriage side of it, I think we have like a lot of kind of disconnect.
It's a
At least in my
disconnect.
generation, bit disconnects in my generation, bit disconnects like more than ever before. About that 18 to 35 range, yeah, we got a lot of we got a lot of
You are
issues.
very lucky you are married, sir, because the dating pool right now is trash.
Yeah,
It got
it is. It
it's
is very much so. Very,
trash.
very like
It's
Damn,
so
so it's that
bad.
bad out there?
It's
it is. It's
horrible.
very bad.
It's
Whew.
Like
So
horrible.
what y'all telling me is everybody who smiles at me on the low is trash? Is that what y'all telling me?
It's all bad. We are all
Hey,
screaming
stop smiling
help.
at me, ma. I know you trash. Tori told me so.
Like we are all screaming help from the inside. Like it is so
Damn, son.
it's so bad. It is so bad. Like I think men now, like if you are a man who is like semi decent, like you have the basics, like you have your own car, you have your own job, you pay your bills, you got a little bit of extra money, you semi attractive. Those men are not settling down right now because they're too in high
They popping.
demand.
Yeah, yeah, they
Like,
popping.
and it's crazy because the most bare minimum is what's like is in high demand because everybody else don't even have that. So they're not interested in settling down because they're getting too much attention.
Yeah,
It's too
yeah.
many women coming after them that they're not
Mm.
going to
Oh, you
be in a
want?
committed relationship because they're too busy enjoying the attention. So
Yeah, that
it makes it hard.
it's that, but
Wow.
it's something I want to add to that. I think it's some of that, and I think it's some of I think a lot of like the top tier men out here, there, I think they really want like a wife, a woman that's like a wife type. But controversially, I think in our generation, I think not as many women was is built to be wise as it used to be.
You
As it
I
used to be.
I think I
Built to
think
be.
I think I can't be a wife until I'm a wife. And
See, I disagree.
I can't be a wife until I'm a wife. That's why there's different expectations when you're dating and when you're married. Like if we're once we say I do, that's a different level of expectations than we are when we are just dating or we
Tori,
are
I've been
engaged.
rocking 100% with everything you're saying until now,
Until
Tori.
now,
You let me down.
Until now, I'm gonna tell you.
You let me
I
down.
got
There's got to
What?
be
look.
some kind of, you got to kind of, I see what
oh,
you're
I'm not
saying, but you
saying
still got
not
to.
show, not show that you are wife material, but I think that people expect wives out of their girlfriends, and that's not okay.
See, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
saying
if
that the
you
wife
expect a
part,
wife out of your
but
girlfriend, that's the person you intend to marry, though.
But
But
they don't
my
marry
bad.
them.
no,
They
you
don't
fine, you
marry
fine.
them.
See, this one disconnects we have in our generation today between men and women. It's like one disconnects is a lot of women expect men to bring everything to the table, show what you could bring to the table, but before you all even get married, but then I like to call it there. A lot of women live today is this not saying you doing this, but just in general, like they live as this take me as I am era. Like
Mhm.
I think both sides can be work can you can work on. I think it's a mother's job to teach their daughters how to be wife, teach their daughters how to be a same
Right,
thing with
but a
father.
lot of our
Yeah,
mothers aren't wives.
exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
issue. That's the issue.
Oh
It's like,
That's
how,
god.
the
And a
issue
lot
of
of
our
our
it's like what
daddies
came
generation.
ain't
first, the chicken or the
husbands.
egg?
It becomes this ever rotating cycle of just toxicity and not coming together because nobody knows how to be a wife, nobody knows how to be a husband, because we haven't seen, or a lot of people haven't seen those relationships play out in people in with important people in their lives. Luckily, like I was raised by my grandparents, and I didn't know that they weren't married until right before my grandpa died and they got married. Like,
Oh, wow.
and they were
Yeah.
together 30, like forever. Like for forever. My dad was married. I mean, he's a stand-up guy now, but I know my daddy used to do used to do dirt. Like like you know what
Mm.
I'm saying? My mom just got married a couple years ago and I know what my mom used to do. So it's just like when you don't have
Ew.
those positive or aspirational
Im-
things to look towards,
Images, role models. Yeah.
it's hard to know what to expect. And I'm not saying like when you're dating you shouldn't be doing the qualities that make that person want to marry you. Like of course
Okay.
I'm a cook and I'm a clean and I'm gonna do those things, but I also don't think we should cohabitate either. I think I should keep my
Ah,
I think I
I
should keep
want to take some milk from the cow before I buy it.
Right.
I think I
Yeah.
think that I should keep mine and you should keep yours until we become one, and then we can get
Okay.
ours.
But
But
before you get
We
too
need to know
because
how it is
I
living
don't I
together.
don't
Yeah.
and it's
so first we
also
got Milo. We got the legend, 712 Legend. By the way, check out our platform. It's my group channel called Legends of 712. We on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So we got the legend Milo. She just joined, but she's not gonna be on camera. Said she's a little under the weather.
Oh, she
Oh,
came
there she is.
way.
Never mind. Never mind. There she go. You can hear us, Milo.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I just feel kind of
Well,
crappy. So
welcome.
I've really just been listening to you guys' conversation. A lot of interesting points, I guess I can say. But yeah, I'm happy to be here and you guys are already having some invigorating like topics. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I'll
I got one more
yes,
person.
I need another woman presence.
yeah.
Hey,
Yay.
yo,
Yes.
real quick, I just
Nah.
want to
Welcome, Phyllis.
I gotta go. Actually, I'm recording my own podcast in a few minutes. So I have to go. I appreciate you having me on here. Tori or anybody else, you can follow me on Instagram at what up Leron, WhatUpLeronn, and I definitely like to stay connected with y'all. So please follow me and I'll follow back. But I do have to get out of here. But it's it's been great, and I like I like where we're going with this. I like to see black people talk about some real shit, not just ratchet shit. So I
You
appreciate
said
this
it's
podcast.
LERONN.
Yeah, what up, LeBron? Yep, and
Got it.
please hit me up, and I'll definitely respond and add you back.
Yeah,
Got it.
I
drop it in
definitely
the
open
comments
to
under here.
collabing on your
I can't.
podcast.
I'm not usually on here, so I don't even know where to drop the comments at.
Or on YouTube,
I
on the
don't
YouTube, on YouTube.
on YouTube. All right, boom,
Yeah,
got it,
man.
Yeah,
got it.
just go on
Y'all
YouTube
have
and
a good
drop it.
night.
I
Stay
appreciate you.
smart,
Yes,
stay
thank
healthy,
you,
stay
man.
safe. Have a good one.
All right. But before we continue, we got man Kales. He just joined in. Welcome, Kales. You can hear us.
He looked froze.
Oh yeah, he looks frozen. Oh no.
Nah, I ain't froze. I'm just up here trying to get
There,
these kids though.
There you go.
What's up,
there you
cuz?
go.
Oh God.
Damn, I can't even hear y'all.
All right, we go ahead. Who was talking last? I think it was Tori. Yeah, you was talking last. You can go ahead and keep going.
I forgot what we were, but yeah. So no, like, I think you should display qualities that make you like the other person want to marry you or want to settle down with you. But I don't feel like I don't think we should cohabitate. I think I should be responsible for me, and you should be responsible for you until we become one. I think doing like moving in and playing house will cause you to play house a lot longer than it would if y'all lived separately and then didn't move in until you played like until you became one. Like I know so many people who are living with their boyfriends and girlfriends and they've been together for 10 years and ain't nobody making no move to progress any further than that because they done got comfortable. Like I am a firm believer in I'll take care of me, you take care of you, and then when we become together, then we can combine assets. But until then, I'm filing single on my taxes.
That's funny. We that was literally just our topic a couple weeks ago. I think it was who I was talking to a couple weeks ago. Was it oh, it was me. It's me and my friend Tony. That's who we was talking. We was talking about that a few weeks ago. That's interesting. I've been in that situation before. Actually, I've been in a situation like we weren't like literally living together, but it was in college. Milo know about it. Milo knows about it. Like, yeah, we was living. She was basically like my ex girlfriend. You know, she basically like she had her own
Yeah.
apartment, but she was in my house like 95% of the time. So she basically lived with me pretty much. And while it was good at the time, it definitely had its consequences down the line. It definitely like we became too dependent on each other, especially
Yes.
her.
Can
Didn't
y'all hear
really have her
me?
own life. Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I'm just listening.
Yeah, yeah, just you know if you got chime in on anything, open discussion, open. But yeah, that's basically yeah, I've been there. I'm a little bit more neutral with it. I lean towards no. I lean towards no just because the risk ain't worth it, but just only because of this world today, the inflation financially it does help a little bit to have two income household versus one. But I still believe the risk slightly outweighs the positive. So
And even then, you would have two income household once y'all get married and get into the house. Like I
gotcha.
don't need to share my income with you technically until we're married. Like you don't have to share your income with me until I'm married. That's why I believe everybody should be responsible for all of their own bills until y'all become one. Like I don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'll
I
say I
agree.
agree with that. In my experience, I'll agree that and it could be men and women, but people get comfortable very fast if you don't put up if like especially if y'all aren't married or at minimum engaged.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just a boyfriend girlfriend thing and you start doing wife things for your boyfriend while you're still a girlfriend, a little bit of resentment can build up, not only on that part but on the opposite part if the boyfriend's doing husband things and you're not his wife. So it's really easy for you to get really catty and like get into petty arguments and stuff like
Yes.
that when y'all are having doing these husband wife activities and tasks but there is no ring. or
There's no
there is no marriage license. There
there's
is
no
no
commitment. There's no
yeah.
true commitment.
Oh yeah.
Like you checking him like he your husband, but he hasn't made that commitment to you. Like will I cook and clean? Like no, if y'all, that's why we need to live separately. We need to live separately. You can come spend the night. You can come stay 2 weeks, but you gotta go home. Like you gotta go home.
Not
You
even
gotta go
2 weeks.
home. Like I want to go home. Like no, we cannot cohabitate. Like I used to live with my son's father before, and we became way too comfortable. We would get into arguments about who came home when, why wasn't dinner cooked, like things that husband and wives talk about. And we are 18 and 19 years old, having no business doing those things. Like it creates comfortability, and when you comfortable, that breeds contentment. And I can't.
Yeah, I definitely like even I advocate for women on that side. Like require a ring. Require a ring before we start moving in and all that. I definitely agree with that. Although on the man side with marriage, that I thought that's a topic we was talking about a few weeks ago. We was talking about whether on the man side I think that was me and Milo's episode a few weeks ago when we was talking about is he worth getting married these days, especially on the man side,
Oh yeah.
especially on the man side. And I was like adamant no, adamant no, like not really, but I like the ideal of having a wife and kids, but boy, it's so many risks with being a man because, like, we all know the court system, family, the court system does not favor men when it comes
No,
to
that's a lie. That's a lie. That
I
is a lie.
swear.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
I've
Any
got a mixed
court,
opinion
any
about
court,
that.
any court system that sees a man fighting for his kid will work with the dad. Because if you done came to court and paid all of that money, like obviously you are invested. Because going to family court is not cheap.
Well, I'm just
It
talking about what I
definitely,
mean to more like when it comes to getting like custody of your kids, like when it comes to like custody, like I feel like in according to
Everybody
it's
should
like
have a prenup. I don't care if we
definitely,
got $12
Oh
in our
man.
account.
definitely, I require that
Don't
for
get him
I
started on
don't
I
care
mine.
if I
require
got
it.
That's
76 cents in
wild.
my
Yeah.
account when we got married. We need a prenup because what's mine
I
is mine and
require
what's
it.
yours is
Yeah, I
yours.
require it. Yeah, I
And
don't
this is
care if
how
I'm
we
at
gonna split
5 years.
these kids
No,
How you
when
everything.
relationship?
something
If you trying to
happens.
get married, hey, you got to talk about the prenuptial
Nah.
agreement. She say no. I guess we ain't going no further.
Some
I
people
guess
think it's like an offensive thing,
I
like they think
don't.
you're gonna run off with their money or something.
It
And I'm
I
is.
just
mean,
like,
it
I don't
no,
could
want
be
your
sweetie.
offensive.
money.
It
See,
definitely
and you
could be
that's why
offensive.
it needs to be that prenup agreement. Because what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. What this is the prenup agreement is just gonna say how are we gonna divide this if something was to happen. You get the
Yeah.
kids Wednesday through Tuesday, and I got them the rest of the days. Like we're gonna sell the house. You got to get your own apartment. Like
did you
I
see?
also
Did
say
y'all
it's
hear
better
what
to
the
do that stuff without emotion. Like usually when you're going through a divorce and you're trying to hash out who gets what and what goes where, there's lots of emotions. There might
yes,
be anger, there might be, somebody might have had an affair. We don't know the circumstances, but a divorce is a divorce. And it's usually high emotion. So at least a prenup, all of that is already figured out before the incident that caused the divorce or started the divorce process. So at least that's already figured out. You don't have to put the emotions in it and stuff like that.
I'm a firm believer in the prenup because I don't believe in alimony.
That's interesting here. Women say that because I know a lot of women like look that offensive. I actually watched a video on it's on TikTok. I should have pulled it up because somebody I forgot who sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me. This woman she was like crying because her husband he was like a millionaire. No, I ain't gonna say millionaire. He might be like mid high six figures. And but he owned a couple businesses and he was like really successful. And she was like get ready to get married. And he was like, well, I want to be able to sign a prenuptial agreement. She just busted all crying, like lashed at him, like this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. How can you do this to me? Why do you not trust me? And he was just like, not getting married unless I get a prenup. So I
Right.
think
Why would you start acting like that after I asked for a prenup? Like you really you now you're showing me who you are. Now I'm transparent to what you really are trying to marry me for. So if it came
Which is
to,
the things that you have and not who you are as a person. Because if I loved you for who you were, I wouldn't have no problem
I'm
signing
gonna just sign it, and I'm gonna try to
I'ma
do my
just
own
sign it.
thing.
Because I'm marrying you for you and not for what you got. Because if we was to break up, I could give a damn less about what you got.
A lot of people, when they get into the marriage thing, I think that they do believe that it's like fully shared, like everything is shared. So don't think that this is yours and this ain't mine. If you got something and I was there while you was building it, then it damn sure is part of mine. If I helped you build it up, or if I was there while you was trying
Right.
it
No,
out and it
that's
didn't work,
yeah. No,
then
that's
yeah,
true.
I'm gonna feel like I'm a part of something. And people do that. But I mean, I wouldn't think that of a woman. If a woman is creating something and she with me and she created it and I helped you or whatever, then I just gave it, I just helped you with your seed. Now it's grown and it's full grown or whatever. If you want to help me out, then that's on you. And if you don't, and I'm asking for it, then whatever, your karma will come to you. And if it don't, then whatever. But that's what a man, I feel like, you supposed to do something for yourself, so you're not so dependent on somebody that you get with, to be like, all right, well, I'm gonna look for this person to create the path for me and the kids. Hell no. Because what if they deter from the path and you're not part of the path that they're trying to go off now? So now you stuck, and now you don't know what you're gonna do. Now you gotta figure it out. So that's not what you want to do. And I mean, when you got kids in it,
Welcome,
oh,
Sean,
y'all
to
can
the
hear.
group. What's going on? Welcome. You can hear us?
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah.
Welcome.
What
Yeah.
up? What up?
Go ahead and continue. You go ahead and continue, Kill. I didn't want to get him
Um,
into
when you have kids in a situation, you know what I'm saying, I think that you put them forth and you don't be thinking about it, because then if it's a tug of war between who has them, they gonna go over here. Because I mean, if your kid was to tell you, well, I'd rather stay over here with my daddy, I don't want to go with my mama, would you still be like, all right, well, you gonna go with your mama? Even if, would you, you know what I'm saying, like if they didn't want to go and you created a space to where I have to let you go and be with your mama, but you rather be with your other parent, no matter if it's the mama or the daddy. But now that we have this in between us, now we playing tug of war with the kids, and now we're not doing the mutual thing where it's both of us. So now they getting different type of parenting from, because I don't know what you doing at that house, and we doing something different over here. So I get my kid back from you, they asking for something that I don't have. And then when I'm telling them no, now they laughing or being different with me. Now I gotta whoop their ass or do something that you don't do. Now they don't want to hang out with me, or now they want to just be over there because you tell them yes all the time. That's why, like y'all was saying, that you got to know when you're going to hold them or when you're going to fold them. You know what I'm saying? People be having kids with people all the time. And then when it comes to circumstances where you is like that, you know what I'm saying, you putting the kid at risk. Not even yourself, but people think that they're the risk and they the ones that's going to be affected. No, it's majority of time of the kids. That's why you got to
I definitely think everybody should be more selective about who they procreate with.
be mindful. Facts, cuz. No cap.
Like
Indeed.
it's oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like,
So
and
bad.
people be like, I didn't know that they were this way before we had kids. No, the
What?
signs were there.
You knew.
The signs were there. The signs
Facts. The
were
signs were
there.
there.
And you
The signs.
ignored them.
Ignore the
On
hell
one
out of them.
hand, I think when kids put you in a position that often you are never in before. So
Yes.
on one
Right.
hand, you're right. You often see the signs, but on the other hand, in some situations you don't. So I think it's case by case. Sometimes you can
Like,
tell, and if you go into that knowing that, and you take an L, and
yes,
you make a kid with somebody who's not who should not have had children, that's also
ever.
you.
That's it's
But also,
most
then
like
there's the abortion thing. That also brings in the abortion thing too.
Oh,
But
shit.
like
that's a
so
whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
we can talk about that, because I am a firm believer that if a man tells you that he does not want that kid and you have it, I don't think that he should be responsible for it.
No way.
Start a fire with that boy.
I don't know,
Because
cuz. That's a
he
whole
didn't
topic.
have because only because he can't make the decision to have the kid. It lies with
You
the
are.
That's
woman.
real though.
So if you
Yeah.
if you like say
What do
you
you
were
mean he
being
can't make the decision to have the kids?
He has no reproductive rights. That's
he
Wait,
doesn't have the
he's a
the
reason for
reproductive
the kid
organs.
to even be there.
he has
Like
no
no,
reproductive
I'm
rights.
Yeah.
speaking from this. If everybody is safe, if you are using protection to make sure that you don't have kids, and the girl, like everybody is doing what they supposed to do to ensure that no kids are being had. Because if you just blanking off and just hoping for the best, that's a completely different topic. Like,
When people do that.
and then you are
Yeah, I
Listen,
see
responsible
what
for
you're
the
saying.
consequences.
Like
That's
if
coming.
both parties
right.
do everything that they need to do to prevent pregnancy, but pregnancy
Yes,
still happens, and then the woman still decides, oh, I want to keep this baby. Then
yes.
dad's like, we did
Okay,
what we were
that I
supposed
get.
to do to not have that.
Or
So
Right.
if
I'm
he
And
not
I
wants
don't
the
want
sure.
baby,
no part.
he still has no power. A man has no reproductive rights. Only reproductive rights a man has is a condom. After that, it's up to her whether he wants it or
Or
not.
I mean,
That's it.
I believe
That's
that
it.
all men should. I believe,
Unless you
in
get a
all
vasectomy,
honesty,
you see money.
I think as soon as a man comes of a certain age, they all need to get a vasectomy so that they just shooting blanks
Nope.
until they decide that they want to have kids. Because that is so easily reversible. It is so easily
Is it
It
really
is.
reversible.
easy reversible?
Yeah, it's easy
It is
reversible.
Ain't
so
like
reversible.
reverse layup
It's
type of
easily
shit. That
reversible after. So the way that vasectomies work, and I've looked this up, it's a reversible after a certain amount of time. In the earlier it is, the more likely chance that it is reversible. So if you get a vasectomy a month afterwards, you decide you wanna redo it or whatever, you can do that,
It'll
and you might
be
have a 90% chance of being able to get a woman pregnant. But if you wait
right.
5 years, that likelihood like decreases to like 30 or 20 or 30% of it actually
Right.
being reversed, if that makes any
Mm.
sense.
So I'm
So
not
it
gonna
is
say.
Well,
reversible, but it's
So
like,
freeze some
so I'm not.
sperm or something.
So I'm not
freezing
gonna say
sperm.
men don't have no responsibility in it at all, because we do. But I would say this, in a world where a lot of responsibility is put on a man's shoulder. I think one of the responsibility that should be leaning towards women is the terms of pregnancy in terms of a baby. So I think it's more on women to make sure they on birth control
No,
and
I
make sure
think
they
it's
good
on
on their
everybody.
side versus men on their side versus. Cause
I coming from a woman, you don't know what birth control do to our body.
yeah,
Fact.
So
birth control is like
birth
it's a
Man,
control
slippery
is
slope.
Right.
not it. Birth control is not everything. I think
Harmful.
everybody should be responsible for their own self. Everybody needs condoms. Stop
I
smashing
think
people raw.
everyone should wait till marriage and then they can have kids and do
Abstinence
whatever.
is
That
the
would be
best
better.
is the
That would
best
be ideal.
course
I
of
agree.
action.
But society doesn't really
But that I don't.
foster
Yeah, that's
commitment
like,
of anything. Motherfucker don't even want to commit to a magazine subscription, let alone a
especially
relationship.
with the church being taken out of the black family, with like the black families, like, not really going to church as much as we used to, as much as our elder
Nobody.
generations used to. This whole premarital sex thing,
Is out
I'm
the
just
water.
saying.
These kids is
We,
having sex so young. I'm scared.
right. They
I'm
doing shit in
scared.
grammar school. I ain't do it till college. They ain't even
Mm.
Right.
been on the
No,
school
no
bus.
cap.
yeah,
No,
it's wild out here.
I
it's the
saw a
internet.
note.
It's gotta be.
I saw a note that a mom posted that a middle school, like a sixth grader, gave to her son, and it was so nasty. It was so nasty. I said I wouldn't know what to do if my son came home and gave me a note where a sixth grade girl said that she wanted him to bend her over.
Mm.
Like
A sixth grade.
sixth grade, passing
I
notes
would have
and
had no
shit.
idea what to do
Be
about that.
logical
What
though.
do you do?
Like,
What do
Be
you
logical though.
do?
When we was like growing up in school, I mean, it started to be more prominent that chicks started to have more ass, chicks started to have more breasts, they started wearing less. So the times as they got older, you know what I'm saying, they started to wear less. And now the food that they eat, you know what I'm saying, it rushes all of the hormones through you. Now you got
No,
chicks that's 14 having breasts. Now you got little girls looking like you
but
14, but you looking 18.
it's keeping your kid a kid. It's keeping your
Yeah, I
kid a
mean, it
kid.
definitely is keeping
It
your kid a kid if you don't
and
allow
not
your kid to
exposing
be too
them.
technology based. If your
Social
kid is too
media.
much on their phone or too much listening
That's
to
why you gotta mind.
times
You
now
gotta.
music,
Social
You
media is
have to
big
be
now.
so overly. You have to
what?
be so overly involved now as a parent. It's ridiculous. Like So my son is 7, about to be 8. He couldn't tell you who a Cardi B is. He couldn't tell you who Amigos
Good.
is. He couldn't tell you who a Drake or a
Love
Lil
that.
Wayne is. He can't
Nah, you
rap
gotta know who
no
Drake
lyrics.
is.
He
That's
can't.
what's up.
You
He
gotta
can't
show him
do.
Drake.
That's
That's
what's
He
up.
good.
can't do any of that. Like
That's
if
what's
it's
up.
not Godzilla or dinosaurs, he's not too much.
Right.
Like I keep my kid a kid by
Right.
monitoring what he
As
does
long as you
and what
can
he is
too, Cam.
consuming.
That's good. But you know, the world has influenced the kids to be older because now they got trannies doing story time. They don't
Oh no
kids can't even
we're not going
decide
there.
what
We're not
bathroom
going
they
there.
going into.
We're
Oh,
not
okay. Now
I'm
going
just
that's
there.
a
saying.
rabbit hole, my good
But
sir.
I'm
That
just
is a
saying,
rabbit
I
society
hole.
at
don't want to have
large.
that conversation. I
But
don't
I'm
want to
just
have
saying
that
that's something we got to
conversation.
deal with.
That's
They
something we
got
got to deal with.
Drag queens
Yeah,
reading
yeah,
kids
drag
stories is not the
shows.
that is
issue.
something we have to deal with.
They talking about they got the gay
Drag
BCs and
queens
all that type
reading
of shit.
kids stories is not the issue.
I'm
Drag
just
queens
saying that's
I
reading
really the
kids
issue.
books in the library are not
It's
the issue.
I mean,
They're
it
not.
starts at home. It starts
But
at
how
home, but
could
you
it,
got to be
how
real.
could
You
it
only
not
with
be
your
an issue
kids.
though, cuz? How could it not be an issue though? If I had that when I
Whoa.
was a kid, growing up, if I had any kind of weird person coming to the school that wasn't a man that was acting like a man or a woman that was acting like a woman, it would have definitely influenced me. It would have touched me, but like, what is this? Why is
What's
this?
the
It would
difference
have
Influence
between
been,
you
that
how?
and
it
That's
would
like
have
gonna
been
turn you
revolving
gay?
in my mind. But I didn't have to worry about that. These kids got to worry about that. So of course you're gonna get something else. We
I
didn't
might
have to
have
really
to
worry
drop
about the
out this
something else.
conversation. I don't know.
I
It's
know,
know.
because I
You
mean we
got to think
family, so
about
I
it.
already know what's up.
I'm
You
gonna
could be
We
say it's
already know
a
what's up.
you could be
it's
I have a
it's
socialized
lot of
weird
people.
anything.
because like in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s, being anything but straight could be a death sentence, or it could mean that you could be discriminated against or ostracized. So
But now
now
being
that
straight is a
is
death sentence.
Now being
Yeah.
No,
straight is a
Hell
damn
yeah.
kind of
ain't
weird.
nobody dying for being
That's a
straight.
stretch.
Damn
I
yeah.
don't know who
Ain't
If you
nobody
are against
dying for being
anything that
straight.
is transgender, that is
You're right.
gay, lesbian, if you are against any of it or have any kind of opinion on it that you don't think that you're for it, then you against it. And then if you against it, then you hate the world and you hate people and you're not for the children. No, I'm not.
I
I want
think
my children to be a kid. What if I don't think a kid is a kid if you asking me about transgender or if you asking
That
me
last
anything
part is true.
about sex,
Yeah, it
penises,
very much
if you
pertains
asking
to
about me and
very.
your private
Huh.
parts, then you not no kid. Then there's
but
something has
I don't
influenced you.
think that anybody is asking kids about their private parts.
You
It ain't
serious?
that
Yes,
you.
they are.
I mean,
They
if you
are.
not thinking, if you won't have to ask it because then it'll just start revolving in your mind because of so much development that kids have now. If you looking at a man and he acting like a woman, then be like, why is that? Then you're gonna start looking at yourself like, well, I don't have this, and I know what girls do when I die, so I got this too. So do girls have penises too? Now you're gonna start thinking because you use the
I mean,
bathroom,
I get what you're
you pull
saying now.
yourself
I
out.
get
I'm,
I get
I'm a
I get what you're
very,
saying now.
very
I get what
logical
now.
man, and I'm very solution based. So
I had
when
to
it
think
comes
about
to
it.
kids, and when you have to have how you have to raise them, then certain things you just don't do. Like I'm not gonna slap my girl's ass in front of my girls, so because I know that I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna smack her and not then be kissing her and tongue her. So why would I show things that should be behind closed doors or as an adult in front of kids? Why would I do that? So being this and putting it up, that's you an adult. So keep that to yourself. If a kid, let a kid be a kid. When you start pushing the agenda that hey, it's okay to be gay, then that's adult. Okay,
But it
you an
is
adult,
okay to
so it's
be
okay
gay.
for adults to be gay, but don't push it on my kid. But it's a
But it
problem
is
if I say that. Now
I
you
don't
want to
I
give
don't
me lashes.
I
Now I'm
don't
getting
think
lashes
that
because I think that I shouldn't wait. If they 18 and 19 and they want to be gay because they ain't been influenced to be gay, then cool. But if they're
who is
influenced and
influencing
it's here around
anybody
the
to be
corner and
gay?
somebody telling you that, hey, if you is, then I'm having a problem. Then I'm having a
But
problem.
okay.
If you want to be gay on your own, then cool. You're not influenced to be that. But if you are because they want to make a boy be like, yo, okay, this is cool for boys to do girl shit and want to do this. No, just like they had this man that just turned himself into a woman and got up in the UFC and beating up these chicks, beating them up because you're a dude. You are a dude. Of course, you masculine and everything, but you running through the division, beating these girls up and they being humiliated. Is that okay? Hell no. You had a chick that was a champion, and you get in there, you get beat up by a cyborg that's a man because he done changed himself. So they allowing the laws to be like, all right, well, it's cool for you to get up in there and beat these chicks up. No, that is not cool, G. That is not cool, but this is the way of the world. But this okay because this is okay. We're allowing you to do this, be over here and be out damn doing this over here, so it makes this okay. So that's the thing. We're just gonna push other things under the rug. So that's why I shelter my kids. Maybe it's a bad thing right now. I don't really let them go outside. I don't really let them play on the games or watch TV like that because everything is influenced. So if I'm sheltering you, then you just gonna get me. And I'm very stern, and I know that, and I'll be whooping ass and all of that. But if I don't, I need to give you that good fear, not that hate fear, like I'm gonna heal you or something like that. But know that my hand is always here. But you gotta be obedient in this world. That's what I mean. We was church going kids, cuz you already know. But as we got older, of course, we left from that and start doing our own things. But it wasn't to take from what we didn't learn. But that's just what I've done so much from going to church, and now I think like, man, I done a lot of stuff, and I was one of them church boys singing and doing all of it. I'll be like, wow. So I mean, I know sin, and I don't want to push it off on my kids. That it's a lot of other stuff that's gonna influence you. It's gonna be kids when you start going to school. But yeah, I'm gonna let somebody else talk because I'm talking too damn much.
First of all,
Well,
Kelly,
yeah, you go.
I didn't even recognize that was you. Hello. And then
I love you, cuz.
I love you too. I did not.
That's my real fan. If y'all didn't know, like that's my real cousin.
That's my real cousin. But no, I'm gonna disagree on all of that. I think that everybody should have.
That's cool though. That is fine.
I think that everybody should have basic respect for everybody, and what anybody else got going on don't affect you. It can't nobody can make me be gay. Nobody can make me be straight. Either I have those feelings towards other people, or I don't. Nobody made anybody who's straight. Nobody told you that you can like vagina or that you can only like penis.
You don't think you be socialized to be in that?
There are people in this world who feel differently, and they should be represented and should be treated with kindness and respect. They shouldn't be made to feel that their identity should be hidden behind closed doors. Now, I believe that kids should be kids, and yes, you should be exposed into a lot of things, but at the same time, you knew that you like different from a young age. You knew that you like girls from a young age. Just like these kids who are gay or identify as something else knows from a young age that there's something that's different about them.
Really?
They should be able to express that in a way that is positive, but still be a kid.
But you don't think that affects the other kids, because you can be socialized to be anything. You can be socialized to be a murderer. You can be socialized to be anything. And like my man said, if you're exposed to certain things, especially in your formative years, that could affect you for the rest of your life. Look at Dwayne Wade's son. I mean, they made him pretty much into a girl, and he's only like 14, 15. What happens when he gets 20, 21, when he starts to like girls? So you can be socialized to be anything.
My question is on to bringing up Zaya. Wouldn't you think that as parents they've come to this conclusion as that is their child and they have enough know-how because they've raised that child, they brought that child into this world, they know all this thing about this world.
Somebody got like a throwing or something.
Somebody pouring water.
We got like some feedback.
Okay, I think it's my phone. Let me charge my phone
for
10 minutes and I'm gonna come back. I'm still on here.
All right.
What I was saying was, wouldn't you think that those parents, like that Dwayne Wade and like I think what's her name, Gabrielle Union? Yeah, Gabrielle Union. And I know that is not that little girl's, like that's not her biological mother. I know that for a fact. But as two supportive parents, don't you think that they have enough know-how to be able to make appropriate decisions for their child? And on that note, and number two, as we, gay marriage was, I don't know what they did with the Supreme Court, but it's legal now. It used to be illegal. It's legal federally now. With gay people and like any of the LGBTQIA 1, 2, 3, whatever. I say that as a joke.
Elemental.
I say that as a joke. As they are, more readily accepted into our society, that means in our workplace, like in our workplaces, like in the school systems, in our leadership positions in the country, and as parents, there are going to be gay parents. There are going to be lesbian parents. There are going to be trans parents. There are going to be kids
parents
that have parents who identify as these people.
That's
so
fine.
As I think of a classic scenario: kindergarten, show and tell day, or bring your parent to work day, or or bring your parent to school day, whatever. We're gonna have, and we do have, situations where these people that identify as such are represented in our society by and large. So if a little 5-year-old kid says, "Hey, I have 2 moms," and then a little other 5-year-old kid with a heterosexual parent says, "That's wrong. That's not right." As the teacher, who do you correct? Because those are two very distinct and very true experiences.
I mean,
you can't discredit one and then credit the other.
Right, but I mean, the teacher would still have know how to say, okay, you have 2 moms, you have a mom and a dad. Okay, but when you start to change laws and you start to change the fundamental pillars of society, when you redefine what's a family, you redefine what's a man, you redefine what's a woman, you're changing the pillars of society as a whole, and it affects everything. You can't say, well, we're going to do this and it stops. It affects everything. It affects men, it affects women, it affects relationships, and pretty much damn near reverses everything. And some would argue it's usually the sign of the end or the fall of a nation.
Right.
But from what I would say, I don't see any sort of persecution or not persecution or whatever, or discrimination or discriminatory like laws or ordinances going up for straight people. I see them going up for gay people, for trans people, for like, I'm sure you hear about all the dumb shit that's going on in Florida. I don't even want to bring it up, but like there are these laws that are going in place that are only targeting this specific group of people. Like these were liberties that they had before, and they are being actively taken away. Like,
well, it's like now they want to be at the forefront, and it's like I think like one of the gentlemen said, it's now being pushed not just in our faces, it's being pushed in our children's faces, and that's where people have an issue. And also, I mean, it does. I mean, it's like maybe there aren't any laws against heterosexual people yet, but like my man said, if me and somebody got into an argument, or let's say me and my man is in the lunchroom and we just talking about, I'll be like, man, I think this trans thing is getting out of hand. I could get fired for that just for agreeing with it. So there are laws. I mean, they might not be official laws, but we all know that we have celebrities that have been fired just for saying some shit 10, 12 years ago, and they bring it to the forefront. Now they're getting shitted on for it. So it's like now, as they said, the gay mafia is real. So
it's real. It's real.
It's like now they're the bullies that they're fought against. It's like they're pushing it on you. It's like motherfuckers are choosing genders like they choosing college majors, either male, female, or undecided. So it's like it's crazy now.
So that part I could understand, just because we can, like LGBTQ, they are like very protected today, very protected. Like you can't say anything. Like even a month ago, I didn't even know who he was until my friend brought it up. He like, hey, you know this dude called, I think Saucy Santana. I think his name is, when he was sitting up here talking about it's gay. He talking about it's gay for a man to smoke a hookah. Gay for a man to smoke a It's gay for a man to smoke a
Saucy Santana is.
I like, but the moment, but when Charlemagne had his comeback today, everybody just went after his throat. He like, when Charlemagne like, bro, I'm not about to I'm not about to take somebody that a man that wear a BBL seriously. Oh my God, they went after his throat. They went after his throat for that. Went after his throat for that. They went.
That's hilarious.
Nobody said nothing about the gay man that called out. Just basically called all straight men that smoke a hookah gay. Just called all straight. No one said like
That's
that's
crazy.
a thing.
You out of pocket,
I will say that's a thing. That's
crazy.
you
And I
can't
was
say anything against
yeah.
anybody's not because you do canceled. You canceled.
And I think when we
Yeah,
get
that's
all this
fair.
cross sectionality, it really puts black women in the crazy place because you can't in one breath say, well, I can't find any masculine men. Men aren't men anymore.
What?
Then in the second breath, you are you're behind the LGBT community. It's okay for you to be a man. It's okay for you to be a woman. Why can't I find any masculine men? That affects everybody. It affects the boys that's coming up right now. And when they come up and they're confused men, we can't dismiss this gay mafia. You can't dismiss this influence on the world. You just can't dismiss it.
Well, I'm in a relationship, so I have a masculine man as far as I'm concerned.
Awesome.
To me. But like I
Hold
would
on
say
to
that
him.
me having a masculine man does not stop me from telling somebody who is gay, lesbian, trans that they can do whatever the hell they want and they can be happy with it. I don't think that those have to be exactly mutually exclusive, I guess you could say. Like I can want a masculine man and then tell somebody else who is not me, who does not, interact or love or are attracted to those type of people, that they can have what they have. I don't think that those have to be like, I think they can be simultaneous, at least to me. I don't know about all these.
I feel you, but into today's society, it's not like that. Like you said, you got a masculine man, so your man might get in trouble because he refused to call a woman who's obviously a dude a woman. She'll be like, he misgendered me. Like, I refuse to do that, So it's kind of, you could get penalized for being masculine. I've worked in corporate America for like 10, 15 years, and I noticed that corporate America will embrace a gay black man before they embrace a masculine black man.
Come on, now you already know.
Let's say, like, if you're
I think I agree with that.
Yeah, they do, and I'm just saying, and it's just like that on steroids now. Now the whole world embraces a gay man as opposed to a masculine man, not just a black man, but just a heterosexual man. Period. And they said this as a joke, but it's true. It's like they say a black woman can say like maybe 20% of whatever she wants. A black man can say maybe 10% of whatever he wants, but a heterosexual white man can't say shit because he's going to be a racist. He's going to be a misogynist. He's going to be whatever, but a gay white male, he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Whatever the hell he wants, even if it's offensive.
He can come take a shit on the lawn. Ain't nobody going to say shit. But if a masculine man say, what the fuck you doing? He going to prison.
Telling you, that's some real shit right there.
That's fair.
You can't
and like the I don't want to just say like the women community, you know what I'm saying? That whole side will like protect like that. You won't find too many women that won't say that they're not for that homosexuality. They're not gonna be like, oh, I ain't with that, you know what I'm saying? They really protect that. Because I mean, and not to say that every chick will be for the LGBT community. They just saying that I don't have no problem with whatever going on with the gay shit. I mean, my cousin just said, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but I mean, I'm just saying that there's a lot of men that will always have an issue with it. And it's not to say that, oh, I'm trying to disrespect you for being gay. I'm just saying, if you pushing the agenda or you mad because a man is opinionated because he don't associate himself with homosexuality, well, you can't be mad at him. You don't associate yourself with heterosexuality, but we ain't mad at you for that. And you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to beat you up. And I mean, I understand what goes on where you're like, oh, well, people got done like this back in the day. Well, black people got done plenty of ways for just being black. So I mean, you can't just say that, you know what I'm saying, use that excuse and be like, oh, I mean, come on now. We didn't all had our trials and tribulations, but you can't use this. And they have made up whole laws for this community. You know what I'm saying? And out of nowhere, y'all got this, a flag, y'all got all of this, y'all got a whole community, and it's still a lot of stuff that goes on.
Thank you, Barack Obama.
So I mean, we can't sit here and parade around and be like, oh well, I don't have no issue with it. It's just when it's pushed, like y'all say with the transgender, they went to the class and they were trying to teach the kids. I had a problem with that. Why can't you just teach it to yourself? You got your homeboys and y'all got the drag. Y'all already on TV with the RuPaul shit. Y'all do it. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you got a whole thing. So why can't y'all just keep it over there? You think I would want my kids to witness that and to be asking me, what am I supposed to say? Everything would be more influence when you are a kid. You a sponge. You're only at 25 and 30% development. So you will get influenced to do shit. I mean, as kids, I've been influenced to do stuff. I mean, on bikes, I mean, all types of shit. You cannot say if you was a kid did not get influenced to do something and got hurt. That's how you learned your lesson. But certain things might be a little bit more influenced to be like, all right, this ain't gonna be no lesson learned. After you done went over that threshold, you over there. You know what I'm saying? So if you continue to still doing the same things, then it's gonna continue to be something that you'll do in your regular life. So I can't say that if something that a kid is taught a bunch of times that it won't do. I teach my kids certain things in here and they just do it after being seen to do it twice. So if a kid is how I want it, like if people get molested and be ways after that, you know what I'm saying? So that plays a kid and you being actually touched and you know what I'm saying, you're not being influenced or nothing like that. Somebody is actually putting their hands on you and doing stuff to you, and now you might be feeling this way or you might be away. I mean, I've seen so many things of people being molested from my damn homies and from my damn chicks, and they be weird or they. So I can say that if this will change you, then of course something else that you watch all the time, or if you wondering, this will change you. You know what I'm saying? So if you were be in a home where a kid would see abuse a lot, you don't think that everything plays a part. So if a kid is raised in a house where it is two parents of the same sex, that might be the norm to them. So whenever they get out, be like, oh, well, I'm just talking to dudes. I'm not saying that it does, but it could possibly happen. You know what I'm saying? So what I seen growing up, and I did have my mama and my daddy, you know what I'm saying? And they had they bouts or whatever, but I saw that I had my mama and my daddy. So, and I can't say that for every black man, but I can say that I did see them have relations and they, you know what I'm saying? Not relations. I'm saying y'all went out, y'all did stuff, and y'all got dressed up, and y'all did kiss, and y'all sat at the table and we ate. So I mean, they wasn't married for a long time, but then they had some ceremony where we went. I don't know if Cuz was there, but yeah, we went and we was at Garfield or whatever, and it was all nice and everything like that. But I can say that made me as a boy want that for myself as I got older. Like, damn, I want to have a family.
About what?
You know what I'm saying? Build that with a woman and have kids. Cause so how can I have kids if I don't have a woman? You know what I'm saying? As I got older, I'm like, oh, that's where it come from. Okay, well, you can only you know what I'm saying, create or whatever by having two of the separate sex. So you can't do it with two of the same people. And I feel like that's what the agenda was, to try to make it so we don't create really the same, and it's all just like through either a seed or through adoption and people just buying kids, and it's just like that. And you could just, but it has to be some real love in there that builds that tree. I mean, that's where they come from. So I mean,
hey, I'm gonna head out, guys. It was nice talking to y'all.
All right, appreciate you, man.
All right, peace out,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Be safe. I'm about to peace out too, because these little girls need a bath.
Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you for joining.
Oh yeah, I hope we can link up again and do this again for real, for real.
Right, for sure. I do it every week.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, appreciate you.
I just invited some guys from the podcast to come along, so hopefully they come.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Just give them the link.
Oh, my cousin is gone.
She like, I know she want to say something. Yeah, go ahead, because I know you want to.
I know. Did you see that clip? And it's been going around either social media it's either Instagram or Twitter. You've probably seen it, of Steve Harvey and whatever the hell
Shannon
his name
Sharp.
Don't get me
is.
started on him. Don't get me started
Tell
on
me
him.
how
Don't
you
even,
feel.
don't even, don't even
When
get
I
me.
saw that
Skip.
stuff, I was like,
Skip.
I know he
Skip.
has a bone to pick with this man.
Don't get me started on Steve Harvey because me and my homegirl on Nia on Instagram, we was talking.
Okay.
Like she had commented on because I had did a remix to that little one of the clips when he was talking to Shannon Sharp. He was talking and
Skip.
I definitely disagree. I was like, I partially disagree with what he's saying. She asked me what I disagree with. It's like the part when he was talking when I think Shannon had asked him, it's like what you got to say to all the women out here that like act masculine or want to be a man? That act masculine. He was like, well, women today like they gotta have to be a man in the household. There's just not a lot of good men out here anymore. I was like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That is bull. I was like, I don't care for Steve Harvey when he be talking like that because he's always more of a I'm always gonna although there's issues on both sides, I'm always gonna take up for the man. I'm
Indeed.
always gonna be the man's advocate. He's definitely a woman's advocate. Like he don't take up for men at all. He doesn't take like the way he talks. Everything the woman's everything the man's fault. Everything
When
why
I
it's
heard
like
what
it
he
is
was
now.
talking about, I think, at least from what I recall him saying, like, and the only thing that I recall him that I can think off the top of my head of him saying was that, how do you want a traditional woman when you don't make traditional man money and you don't make your home when you or your wife don't make the home for the wife to be for her to be a traditional wife? How can you say you want a traditional woman with traditional features when you don't make traditional man money and you don't set up your house to be a traditional home? So I wanted to know how you felt about that, because I remember a couple conversations ago I was talking to you about this and you said you were talking about like wanting a traditional woman, and I was just like
being traditional.
In an untraditional world.
Yeah,
so with that
Can
traditional.
y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So with that.
Oh, okay, I switched to my laptop, so I didn't know.
Yeah, it's delay a little bit, like video to you talking,
Yeah.
but we can hear you talking though. But yeah, so the thing with that, like I don't disagree with what you're saying. This is why, like, because I want to start a men's network. I want to start a men's network, and that's like I want to do like a podcast every week episode where we do like men's networking. Because I do truly believe, especially in your 20s, I do believe a man's biggest focus in their 20s should be fitness and finance. Because how can you want a woman we want women to lead. We want to lead. If you want to lead the household, we gotta give women something to lead. You can't go into illustration woman and be a bum and say, hey, follow me. Follow what? Follow what? Follow what? Like that. Like that.
Yeah.
That's my thing. That's why I'm not focused on relationship right now. I'm not saying I'm a bum, but I'm not to the point to where I could command. I can go to a woman like, hey, follow me based on like finances and all that. I'm not, bro. I make good money, but I'm not. I say I gotta make. I gotta get 6 figures first.
Yeah.
Before
I'm
I
just
talk
saying,
6 figures.
but
But
I think
Dating,
we got to
and being traditional.
historical figures mixed in.
Somebody got TV on.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
no, it's cool. But I think but I feel but I will say this is where we get the screw in this generation, because masculine versus feminine, we think it's actions. I don't look at it as actions. I look at it as a mindset. It's a mindset. That's why I don't like a lot of women say, "Oh, I'll be submissive for the right man," or they conditionally submissive, conditionally feminine, conditionally feminine. It's like if you truly feminine women are not conditionally feminine. They are always feminine, or most of the time feminine. They are most of the time. It's a mindset, sophisticated, carefree, and nurturing. Those are traits of a feminine woman. Those traits don't waver based off men. Don't relationships don't waver. Like that's when I come from when I say feminine. I don't. It's not necessarily the things they're doing. I had a conversation with one like a few weeks ago. Like she's talking about like, yeah, I'm a feminine woman because I cook and I do this and I do that. I was like, that's not being feminine. Those are actions. Like a masculine woman can do that. Masculine woman can do that, but it's like it's a mindset. It's something that you was raised. your mother taught you. Your mother taught you that. It's like
no, it's definitely like you said, it's a mindset. Because shouldn't nobody be able to or threaten your femininity?
But
Comfortable in self, and they can't shake your foundation.
but she
If,
a little late. She
if your
whoa. Go ahead.
yeah.
foundation
So you going in and out a little bit.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
shake that, like allow you to be feminine.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, her voice. We can't hear you. Yeah, your voice going in and out.
Oh, it must be delayed.
Yeah, that's a delay on her end.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that we can't look at things in a vacuum. Just like the things we were just talking about before with the fluidity of genders, etc., etc. That affects everything, and not just that. It's just like we live in a very non-traditional world where this society at large does not foster an environment for people to take care of each other, and it really doesn't foster an environment for men damn near to take care of themselves, let alone take care of a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, they're telling the men you could be whatever you want to be. You could be a man, you could be a woman. You don't have to work. You can embrace your feelings. You can do whatever you feel, etc., etc. And then we didn't even talk about the influence of social media that kind of makes this whole egocentric attitude of everyone. But then when it comes to dating and things like that, that's when we kind of want to go back to the tradition of the man, woman, etc., etc. But I don't really think it worked like that, because we kind of trying to cut out all the other influences that are here today that weren't here prior. It's like a lot of people say, when you look at the black family, you look at the black family like 100 years after slavery, but then you look at the black family 20 years after the welfare system. It's way worse. You know, our families were way more together during slavery and right after slavery. But now when we got the most opportunity, most money, the most etc., etc., than we've ever had, but we're more divided than ever. So I think we have to take all these other extraneous variables into play when we talk about these things. I mean, I think a man should take care of family, etc., etc., but you think about it, when our parents and grandparents were coming up, a house cost what? $50,000. Right now, a decent house costs damn near $250,000, and the wages are just not there. We have to think about those things. You know, I could be making traditional money. You know, I could be making traditional money. I could take care of a woman, but the way society has pushing feminism, not just to black women, but to every woman, a chick might be say, well, damn, Sean, you make 100,000, but you ain't a billionaire, so I can't fuck with you. You ain't got no platinum albums. You don't hoop, so I can't fuck with you. So it's a lot of other things going on. So I think we just have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think our generation today, we have turned marriage into
it's a come up.
A plus. It's like a plus. It's not a necessity anymore. It's like, especially I feel like a lot of average men, like a lot of women look at a lot of average men. I think that's the rule. I think 90% of men are invisible to 90% of women, or invisible. Everybody wants the man that makes 6 figures and above. Wants the man that made but those men are very rare. So I think a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women today look at men as more like, well, if you don't provide A, B, C, D, and F, then I don't need you. I just go do it on my own. I don't need you. Like, that's basically. And I think marriage is still a need.
Yeah,
it's not a necessity. It's not or it's a necessity, or it's not.
I've seen several articles. There's an epidemic of loneliness. You know.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask on the flip side, what about the women that are like the men that make 6 figures, but because
it's worse,
she makes so much money, she might not want to court a dude that makes less than her.
Oh, that's the debate that's going around on Facebook today.
It's worse. Yeah. It's worse
see,
for her.
See, the thing with that, when women women don't know this, but
that's going on
the rule.
I don't know. I feel like y'all can't hear me.
Yeah, you kind of.
You're delayed.
Yeah, your voice is real delayed. It's kind of going in and out.
I'm on my laptop and I'm so upset.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We had connection issues in the past. It's all good.
Good,
But no, but yeah, I just think today, yeah, it's just marriage, man. I don't know. It's
no, because it's like you're right. It's like again, that's a pillar of society of yesterday. Society of today is way different. It's like it embraces certain part of traditional society. Oh, that thinks that it's a benefit, but then I don't know what's going on, but it kind of it like embraces certain parts of old society. There was a benefit, like the man makes money, etc., etc. But then it kind of wants to embrace the woman making more money. It's like I was saying to the young lady, when a woman makes more money, now her dating options shrink dramatically. Because if you're a woman who makes six figures, and most men who make six figures, you want a man making more, your options are less. That's just par for the course, and I think you have to recognize that. And you also have to recognize if you're a six-figure woman and you want a man making more money than you, chances are that man is not looking for you, because if I'm a millionaire, I'm not gonna want another chick that's a millionaire. I'm busy, you busy, you got shit to do, I got shit to do. I'm like, that's not what I made money for. It's like they say, if Beyonce worked in McDonald's, she could still get Jay-Z. But if Jay-Z worked at McDonald's, he could never
could not get
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
yeah, I know where you got that from. I know where you got that analogy from.
Real though.
I agree with it. You got that from Fresh and Fit. You got that
Yeah,
from Fresh and
real
Fit.
is
I
so
remember
real
that.
though.
That's real though, because that I do agree with that. I didn't even thought about like that until they start talking about it. I was like, that's funny because Beyonce will sit up here and talk about irreplaceable, she's irreplaceable, single and all this, but the joke's on her because that's what she's the one that's replaceable, not Jay-Z. But guess what? Jay-Z cheated. Guess what she did? She stayed her ass right there. Guess what she
Is
did?
she
She
not
stayed
gonna be
her
able to
ass
find
right there.
somebody else? Who
She
else she
did.
gonna find? Who else she gonna find be able to
The,
deal
the
with
thing about
Beyonce?
it, the more successful women get, the less her pool on shrinks.
Okay,
Because women don't
let's
want
talk
to
about
date men that make less money.
it's not
Don't want
that
that deal.
women
Don't want.
it's not that women don't want to date men who have less. Men oftentimes say that they feel emasculated by women having more.
That's true. That is
Because
also
a lot
very
of
true.
times a woman will emasculate you if you're making less.
It's
Double
not. It's not.
sword.
It's not
Yeah,
the money.
double sword.
It's not the money that men don't like. It's the mindset of the woman with the money. She
Yeah,
turned
it's
into
the
a man.
ego that
Turned
comes
into
with the woman
turn.
when she makes money. It's the
You can't
whole
tell her
because
nothing.
I make money, I don't need you. Like I'm, it's in a traditional relationship. The man's supposed to be making the money, but I make the money. Why are you here?
Yeah,
That's
so
why.
it's basically like it's the mindset of the woman because they tend to be more assertive, tend to be uncooperative. Like they want to like they gotta have things their way. They just have that
It's
mindset to like men don't want to
it's
deal
all
with.
a control thing. If what you want is control, it doesn't matter if you're a man with money or a woman with money. If you want to control the narrative, that's what you want to do, and you're using money as a means to do so. Because there are plenty of men who make a whole bunch of money tell they women that this is the way that things need to be done because I make money, and if you don't do it this way, I will go find somebody else who will do it.
But it's the
Yeah,
opposite.
a manipulator is a manipulator.
It's the
And
opposite.
most men can tell a successful woman how to
regardless
use her
of
money.
whatever.
And some would argue that that's more natural. Not saying that it's right or wrong, because if I'm a man, I'm making a lot of money, and you a woman, you're not making the money. And I say this is how things are going to go. People are going to say I'm in my masculine role. She's in her feminine role. But when you reverse that, it's like my girl is making 200,000. I'm making 60,000. Vacation time come up. I want to go to Miami. She want to go to Jamaica. I can't afford Jamaica. Guess where we going?
Jamaica,
Or she might be.
Yeah, because she's paying for your stuff. Yeah,
it all just depends on the relationship. Like if the way that my certifications and the way that I'm going, I could get a $200,000-$300,000 a year at the end of it. Like
and you got to know what comes with that, though.
Correct, but I need I was listening to a podcast and this woman said that she makes enough money where she didn't want her man to work, or that she didn't want a man with a traditional 9 to 5 because her lifestyle doesn't. She can't. Her lifestyle doesn't. I'm looking for the word.
doesn't accommodate that.
It doesn't accommodate. It's not inclusive of a man who works a 9
Malo,
to
I think
5.
it's your earbuds again. That static and noise. It's your earbuds again.
Okay.
I remember that happened last time.
Yeah, I just took them out. Sorry.
Like,
you good.
It's not indicative of her lifestyle for a man to work a 9 to 5, because she could get on a plane. Like, she wants her man with her, and if she got to get on the plane to Paris at 9 o'clock the next morning, she needs her man to have the freedom to do that.
That's gonna be a certain type of man. Is she ready for that certain type of man though?
Yeah, because I agree. A lot of men, and I think this is just like a general male ego thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but most men will not drop whatever the hell they're doing, at any given moment, just to follow his girl around.
That's like a
I
Stedman
would
and
actually
Oprah
think
type
that's
shit.
more of a pet than a man.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, I don't like. At least this is just me. I would like. I would want my man to have something to do the next morning. Like, if I gotta go to Paris,
right.
he taking me to the airport, or I'm getting the Uber to the airport, and he going to work. That's
yeah.
I want him at my heel, because that's like a dog.
I mean, that's for you, but like for some people who are serial entrepreneurs, it's not like a pet, but they help them with the business. And you can't help me with my business if you have a 9 to 5, because we might need to catch a flight to Chicago tomorrow because I got a seminar.
Well, you got to understand that's going to be a certain type of man who's going to be with that. Because if I'm at LA Fitness, I'm hooping, and my girl say, "Stop what you're doing right now. The plane leaves in 10 minutes. You got to come on, hurry up.
Get to the terminal.
You need to get to the terminal."
I'm going to get clown coming in and going out.
If my man called me and I was working out at the gym and he said, "Babe, we got to get on a flight to Chicago in 20 minutes. I need you at the airport. Your bags is packed. Guess where I'm about to be?"
Okay, hold up. Now if you told your girls that story, what would they say?
If it was a man doing it, that would.
If I told my boy that, like, damn dog, why don't you come to the bar? I had the Super Bowl party, everything. Why don't you come? Oh man, my girl said we had a flight. I couldn't even show up. Like,
and them niggas is gonna be real jealous because
clown,
they girls can't
clown like a motherfucker.
It's not about being put on the flight. It's about autonomy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta move whenever she want to move. I can't do shit. I can't work out. I can't do.
Birthday man gonna say, "Damn, your girl wear the pants in the house." Damn, damn, like, damn, you like it's over, clown.
I can't even have arguments with that chick. I'm on the flight. I can't even have arguments with her. She stepped on my foot. I can't say shit.
She paid for your ticket.
But that's if you're dealing with a woman who is controlling in that narrative. Like, if I have, like, say I'm working on my certifications in the tech industry, which is a 6-figure industry.
I'm in tech too. I feel you.
I'm working on.
I want to start that myself.
I'm working on my cosmetologist license, which can be a 6-figure career if you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are simultaneously. I'm trying to do it all. Like,
look at you.
And it's not about like having control or nothing. It's just being like, okay, if I make all the money, like, my money dwarfs your money.
And you paying the bills too then, right?
Of course.
Okay. He might still feel some type of way, but he might still go along with that, but he's gonna still feel the type of way. I would, and if I was a woman,
that's not the man.
Question for the women.
In that position.
Question for the women. So if you're making more money than your man in a relationship or in a marriage, I'm just saying marriage. It's like, are you okay with your man still being a leader of the household, even though you make more money?
It depends on the circumstances, honestly. Because if I'm making the money and I'm getting my butt up at 6 o'clock in the morning, doing a commute, like I'm going, like it's a 9 to 5. I make, I don't know, $200,000 a year, something stupid like that, and I have to get up every single day. He can lead the house, but at the same time, if he is like a house husband, like, he sits at home, takes care of the kids, I'm gonna assume, or at least I'd like to assume, that when I get home from work, if we got kids, dinner is figured out. If you need help with dinner, we can do it together. The sink should, the
That house
kitchen
better be
shouldn't be
clean.
dirty, but you know, kids should be
The
kids should have
same
their homework
the
done. Like
same
there should be
expectations should be expected as if the roles were reversed.
exactly.
If you was making all the money and you wanted breakfast before you went to work, me to make you a lunch to pack it for you to go to work, dinner when you came home, all your clothes laundered, your hot bath, shower ready, kids is in bed, so you ain't even got to worry about them. Like, if that's what you expect from me because you pay all the bills, which I have no problem doing because I don't aspire to work. Like,
Wait a minute, you just said you do everything. How you
I
sound?
know, but that's because I have to, because I don't have a
Yes,
husband.
exactly. You do
I don't
everything
have
because
a
you
husband
have
to
to.
take care of me. But if I had a man that
You
said
would
I
drop.
didn't
You
have
would drop. You would forget all your certifications and everything.
what? I would swear I don't want
I
to
don't think
work.
so.
I don't want to work. I don't want to work.
So
I don't want to break
so
my
question
bones
is,
every day.
so
I
so
want to be.
But okay.
so question, why don't put that take the effort? Like, well, so why put this? I know it's today in general in our generation today. I know it's like because now women got a lot more freedom now. You can go to college, you have career stuff. I noticed like that women generally tend to put like a lot more like effort into like a lot of other things versus like relationships and stuff. Like versus like a
Indeed.
lot of other things. Like so I always wonder like from one perspective why you think that is. Why do you like
Can
I
you
know I see
elaborate?
women like respect their jobs, they respect their professors, they'll work, they'll go to loan work, go to college and go do all that, but then and then when it comes to like getting themselves together for a man, it's like they just take me as I am. Like, ain't no working on me, nothing. There ain't nowhere. That's what issue a lot of men have today. They're
So
like that's really what like it really what it is. It's really like it's like
when you
because
say
we got
get
to do
yourself
all this to get
together,
ready to be a husband, but then women a lot of women they'll just say it's like I'm just waiting. I was just waiting. I don't gotta work on anything. I'm just waiting. I'm just
but
waiting.
when you say, what do you
They
mean
are
by
the table.
like get yourself together? What do you mean by that? Like
Like if you got trauma in past, cause this like we talked about this. I don't know if you or Tasia a couple episodes ago when we talked about what we not compromise on in
yeah,
our
it
next
was me and
relationship.
Justin. It was me and
Yeah,
Justin.
me because when I told you like one of the thing I'm not gonna compromise on the next relationship that I did with my last relationship, and I said I'm not taking a girl with trauma in her past. She if she got trauma in her past, I ain't gonna say she can't have trauma because everybody has their past, but she gonna have to deal with it before she get to me.
I
But as soon as she say I got walls
wholeheartedly.
up,
Mm,
all that, nope, go to therapy. Nope, go to
that
therapy.
is a hard one
Go to
because
I think that people are. I think everybody needs to come healed before they start dating. I don't think that anybody needs to be operating from a space of trauma because it only breeds more dangerous cycles that create
Mm.
men who don't want to settle down and are players and women who, you know what I'm saying, are doing whatever to like turn it into pick me's. Like
Wow.
I like
Wow. Pick me.
I
Stop
I
it.
think I think I think everybody needs to come healed. I don't think
What
anybody needs to be operating from a space of trauma. I
what if
think
you
that
come from I'm sorry. What if you come from a culture of trauma and dysfunction?
oh
then you need to
yeah,
work on self before dating. My dad has always said if you wouldn't date yourself, you don't need to be dating. If
But
you
go
if
ahead.
you can't date yourself, you don't need to be dating. If you can't take yourself out on a date, if you can't do whatever it is, because dating is expensive. Dating is not cheap.
What if you're
Dating is not
delusional?
dating is not you said what?
What if you're delusional? I am the table.
You need to go to therapy. I will be the first
Just
one to
saying.
admit. I will be the
not
first
the
one to admit
delusion.
before recently when I was in dating relationships, I operated from trauma. Like I
Well, that's
operated from
big. You can
I've
that's big.
operated from a place that wasn't
As we
healed and
all
I
do. A
was
lot of us do.
and we wonder why our relationships don't work out because you keep doing the same things you've done over and over again expecting a different result and ain't nothing changing because you keep learning the lesson that you need to learn in different people and you ain't
What if
learned it
but
yet.
what if that's what your culture promotes? And what if you see that as normal? That's what my grandma went through. That's what my mama went
That
through.
Then
is
it's on
That's what
you
I'm
to
going through.
hard
it's on you to
because
recognize that it's not healthy and to break that cycle because we're only breeding more toxicity if we keep going. Well, my grandma struggled, my mama struggled, so I
yeah,
gotta
I agree
struggle.
with that. It's up
I
to us to change it.
hell no, hell
Indeed.
no.
It's up
on
to
one
us.
on another hand though, you often can't you often you often don't know that you're a part of the cycle until somebody points it out to you.
Points
So
it out
I
to you.
understand going into relationships with no trauma. I feel like that's in like a picturesque world. Everybody has trauma, regardless of how little or small, and it manifests in a whole bunch of different ways. When I went into a relationship with my boyfriend, I had trauma that I didn't get cleared up until years into our relationship, and my partner helped me clear a lot of that stuff up because it had to do a lot with like relationship abuse and that kind of stuff. So especially when it comes with like that whole abuse sort of things, hurt people, number one. And number two, some hurt people don't know that they're hurting people until they have it pointed out to them, either through therapy or through
somebody being like, hey, what you doing is not healthy, you need to fix that. And then my thing is that like once somebody points that out to you, if you're in a relationship with them, I think once they point it out to you, it's not their onus to help you through it. I think it's them to support you, yes, but it's ultimately up to you to make that change if you want to be better. Because I feel like if I'm doing something that's hurting you and I don't change that, then I don't have respect enough for you, or the love that we supposed to have ain't really there.
Right.
Oh,
you have to recognize that.
There's no way that I can continuously do something that hurts somebody and say to their face that I love them and respect them.
Love is an action word. But like the whole that's the thing is like to me about like abusers, especially like emotional abusers, when we have people in relationships like calling their significant other all types of names, gaslighting them, saying all types of stuff about them, but then they turn around and said, but oh, I love you. That is just the most confusing thing, and that truly creates a victim out of somebody, because you're slowly learning and internalizing that abuse is love, when in actuality they're on opposite ends of the spectrum and they can't touch.
Well, that's
right. So then when that abused person meets someone who is the exact opposite and genuinely
from another
love
culture
and support, it oftentimes you get scared because you like
you don't know what to do with it.
I don't know how to be loved correctly. I don't know how to do this because I ain't never been through this. So it's on you to fix and heal yourself so that you are able to perceive love in a healthy way. Because if you don't, then you keep doing what you do, and that's gonna only make the person that you with who's wanting to love you resentful and it breeds contentment. It's a cycle, and we all got to do our part.
It's why we don't have accountability in our generation too. That's another thing is we don't have account. It's like I can't speak for women's side, but I know on men's side, like this is one of the frustrations we have on our side, because even I had a conversation with girl I went to school with a couple weeks ago about this, because she was like complaining. She said, "Boy, there ain't no niggas out here. Boy, all these niggas ain't shit. Blah blah." This like they do all the time. Some women. Then she was like, I was like, well, what are you seeing all these dudes at? Because there's actually more good guys than you are bad. They actually more good. And she's like, but I just ain't had a history of just bum niggas. I had two of them I had to take care of. They had to move in. I had to pay the bill. Then I just kind of questioned her. I was just being honest with her. I was like, well, maybe not dissolving what men had done to your past, but maybe at some point, maybe you should look in the mirror and see because you're the common denominator. You're the common denominator. That's all you attracted. Then the harsh. This is one of the harshest things I could say. Like maybe the reality is maybe that's what
you're not as
right now, because you ain't trying to change anything. You may not be as good as you think you will, but she went after me after that.
Of course.
No, a lot of women don't like I had to come to grips with that. Like,
indeed, me too.
I had to look back when I kept saying all niggas ain't shit. Oh my God, I can't stand them. Every nigga's a dog. All niggas is liars. I had to step back and be like, all right, girl, if all you attracting is liars and bums and dusty motherfuckers, like, what is going on with you?
That's real.
What is it about me that is putting it out to the world that's what I like?
That's real.
What is it about me that's making these type dudes think that they even got a chance?
That's a hard pill to swallow. And that's why I mentioned culture, because so many of our women will embrace that. I need a thug. I need a scammer. I need a man. I need a man who can handle me. I mean, handle you. A problem needs to be handled. A pit bull needs to be handled. Why would I want to get with a woman I have to handle? But that's
right.
our culture.
No, don't even get
You
me
know what I'm
started
saying?
on that.
That's
I'm
why
mad
I
as
mean,
fuck.
I think we have to kind of reverse our culture, but unfortunately, I don't think we're really in control of our culture. You know, you got Viacom, MTV, and all them are in control of our culture. But
And we got everybody else in the world emulating our culture and then making it their own, saying it's theirs, but it's actually ours.
Yeah,
I mean, Black people is definitely the blueprint for everything. Everything that everybody does, we are the blueprint. They get it from us.
Yes.
They want to laugh at their pain is because we do it.
Yes. They love everything Black except the burden of being
except everybody. What Paul Mooney say? Everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga. Like,
yeah. But I mean, and that's why I say that's why I think that's why we have to just look at it, everything as a whole. We can't just look at relationships, children, or crime in a vacuum. Everything affects everything. And that's why when people say, well, I can do whatever I want, it's not affecting everybody, but it does. If I move into your neighborhood and my son is a fucking criminal, he's gonna affect your kids. He's gonna even affect you. So what you do does affect everybody. And I think we need to just get back to, like, as they say, get back to the village, but our homes are so broken. And I noticed that because I live in Chicago. Anytime somebody gets shot or there's an issue on the block and everybody comes out of the house, it's always a street full of women and children. A sprinkle of men, but it's always women and children.
I say that all the time. It's like the black community, we the only ones that got a different definition of family. Like most other races, like their family is still mother, fathers, and kids in the household together. Ours is like, sadly, for the most part, just mothers and kids. For the most part, it's just for a multitude of reasons. For it's like that, it's definitely come from a lot of things like that.
We are the litmus test. I think we are the litmus test for America and society, because usually some shit that goes fucked up first goes fucked up with us, then it goes.
Oh no,
we the litmus test.
The government has already said that they already like to do experiments on us. Like that before anything pops off in America, they come to the Black community and experiment there first. Like it's already bad enough that America has played its part in dismantling the Black family. Like it's bad enough that what they did in the 80s, in the 50s, and the 60s has torn us apart in a way.
That shit. Like the actual government infiltrated the Black household, put in the community, put drugs in it, and then they blame us for
blame and it's on us, like, still believing those stereotypes. Like,
we embrace them
for no reason. Like, people like,
they pay us to do 90%, it though.
90% of Black men are deadbeat dads. When I couldn't tell you a deadbeat dad because I don't associate with them. Like, no man around me is a deadbeat daddy. Like,
I know over 60% of Black men are 54, 55% of Black men are single and childless, or single, and then about roughly like 80% of the kids come from about 18% of Black men. Come from about 18% of Black. Like, yeah. It's definitely not. It's definitely
so when Black men go procreate, they procreate multiple
times. Yes.
That's why a lot of 3 dudes get the whole block pregnant.
Yes.
You got you pregnant and your best friend, and we looking at your mama sideways.
Facts. I mean, just living in a small town, the amount of women who share baby fathers is ridiculous. Like,
default polygamy.
They share baby daddies, bro. They share. It's not that prominent out here. It's like, even statistically, like, shoot, Black men are the second most wanted men in the world when it comes from women. The only one that's wanted slightly more is white men. The wanted slightly more is white. The only one,
and it's only because it's more of them in the world. Like, it's
exactly.
Literally, there's a majority of them.
It's not because anybody wants them for real.
But you know, hence passport, bro. But actually, white men or white people are a minority in the world. They've always been a minority. That's why there is racism. Like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing said, how would you feel if you came out of Europe and you traveled all around the world and you never met anybody else that looked like you? Nobody. How would you feel? Because if, like, me and you, we left Africa at any time in like the olden days, if we went anywhere, we're gonna see some people that look like us, whether they
Facts.
Chinese or whatever. But if we white, nobody looks like us. That would be scary. I'd be scared.
Right, because they like white people came from a messed up gene. Like y'all ain't even supposed to be here.
Oh, you getting into Yakub's history? I don't do
Funny.
that.
Ain't
biological
what white people created because of recessive gene. Like if
Well,
our
hey.
genetics was perfect, then y'all wouldn't even be here.
They
Like,
say that.
come on.
They say that's. I mean, they say pretty much white skin is kind of like you pretty much an albino, pretty much. But I don't want to say that they mutants, but I'm just saying.
I mean, they want to call us whatever genetic specimens. I'm not gonna get on the topic because people gonna really think that I hate white people, and I don't.
Why we on that? Because that's something that just came in my head. Because how do y'all feel about like dating outside the race? Because I see a lot of, especially with two black women on the panel. Because I'm me personally. I even talk about this with my own friends. Me personally, in a perfect world, I would love to be married to a black woman. But I will say I am open to dating outside my race. I am open.
Yeah,
I would date. I would
like-
marry the first woman that gives me the traits that I'm looking for.
Make you
I
a
don't
great
care what
Now,
color
I
she
will
is.
say-
Don't care what color. But I know some black women snarl their noses when I say that. Even my own homegirls like, ugh. Like, no,
long as
even
the
I joke.
parents
If I'm
aren't
out with my
super
homegirls, I joke. I like, oh, look at that snow bunny over there. Go with that snow bunny then. Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know.
I can't do it. I cannot. There is no love to me like a black person can have for another black person. There is nobody who's gonna understand me more than another black person. There is nobody that's gonna understand what I've been through, what we came to do, what the assignment is, more than another black person. I'm not saying that it's not possible or that you can't find happiness. I know for me personally, a black man is the only like. I want black children. I want black descendants. I want
black
everything.
descendants.
I want everything to be blickety black. Like
Except the credit score.
The only person who can give me that is another black man. Like I'm just saying. Like okay, so for me, I am. Like on my mom's side and my dad's side, I have brothers. I have a brother on my mom's side and a brother on my dad's side. My brother on my dad's side is mixed. His mom is white. He's married to a white woman. They have a white baby. Like my brother is half black, but that baby is my brother is half black, but that baby white. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
The baby is white. My brother on my mom's side has a white baby mama.
I don't know. I mean, but I just always think, I heard somewhere the most political statement that you can make is who you cohabitate with. So yes. I feel the same way. I'll admit, when I was in college, I dated a lot of white women because before, again, I'm from Chicago and I went to school in Minnesota. So before I went to college, I never really hung out with white people my age. So it was kind of a culture shock just to see. I mean, like when I watch shows like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club, Risky Business, I'm like, damn, do they really live like that? Do they high school really like that? Because my high school is nothing like that. Nothing, but some of these motherfuckers are like that. Their high school really is like that. Some of these motherfuckers is not what you think. They dirty, they smelly, they worse than some niggas that you know. But I'm kind of glad that I went through that because I went from Minnesota to Atlanta, so I went to the whitest place in America to like the blackest place in America. And I moved there with a white woman, and I'll never forget, I was walking through the club, I had her hand, I was like walking with her, we was hand in hand. Me and this black chick, our eyes met. I looked at her, I smiled, she looked at me, she smiled. As soon as she seen that white chick, that motherfucker smiled, turned to a frown. She like, I'll never forget that. And after Atlanta, I haven't really fucked with white women since. I haven't seen a pink nipple in years. That bro was like, look at this. I was salty, yo.
I've done some casual things with some white girls, but I never like dated one. All my girlfriends have been black. I always wondered what like they Latino though. I've always wondered that. I've always liked the Latina.
It's a culture shock, bro.
I've always been interested because I've never. There's nobody that's I've never had anybody outside my race be interested in me. So it's not like I wouldn't be open to it, but I've just never had any interesting people. And I speak Mandarin, so I speak Chinese. So I've always thought it would be kind of interesting.
Okay.
Oh Lord. I always thought it would be interesting that, like,
It's
you know, in an alternate timeline, I'll probably like marry a Chinese dude.
Oh, then Black to the Future. Okay, I see.
Lord, no.
Yeah.
But you know,
Culture shock though, because
all the Asian people, Asian, Chinese, and like Japanese people, they're really, really, really racist. Like,
that's what I hear.
Horribly racist.
I
It's
thought
like,
about that story you told me back in college, Marlo, when you was telling about
oh
you was on
yeah,
the train. Yeah, that instantly popped in my head when you said you speak Mandarin. You speak. I started thinking about that story you told us when we was in college.
Wow.
Wait, what story was this? Was it
You
one of the
when you were
stories?
saying when you said I think you said you was on the train and then they were sitting there speaking Mandarin and then they was talking shit about you in Mandarin and they didn't think you knew they didn't think you knew what they were saying, but you shot the shit out of them and started talking, shot the shit out of them before.
I know there's one.
Oh my God, seeing these people's faces. Like, yeah, I've been to China a couple times, so
Nice.
I would ride the subway and people would just be talking crazy, saying crazy things to me in Mandarin. They don't think that I understand, but I do. And I just strike up a conversation with them, and just their faces would be all the satisfaction I needed in the world.
Look at you, like you Chinese.
I'm telling you, like, it's just so funny.
Hey,
Like,
bro.
they say that my skin is like ugly and black. I look like a monkey, like all types of stuff. And I'll just be like, oh, you know, I speak Chinese, right? And I'm telling you, their faces.
I feel like that when I go in a Chinese restaurant, bro. They be just talking.
I know they be saying some shit.
I know they be talking shit.
No, they do.
I know they be talking shit. I know they be. I be sitting there like, bro, I don't know what the fuck they saying. I know they talking shit.
Fucking with the food and shit. I know they be saying some shit.
Like
oh yeah, no, I've heard some oh man, they'd say some out of pocket stuff over there. And like the racism in like Asian countries, it's not quite like the racism here. Here, you know, a white person might call you the N-word, and you know, you might get your feelings hurt about it. But over there, you in like private businesses and like entertainments, and entertainment places like clubs or lounges, you could be denied at the door because you're black. Wow. I've had that happen before, a couple of times actually. Like, because
you tell them you're transracial, you're black, but you identify as a Chinese woman.
That's horrible.
I'm really a Chinese woman.
No, that's gonna get me in trouble with Chinese. I can't do that.
Transracial, goddammit.
You know, you say anything about their government, they take you off the street and you disappear.
Oh yeah, I know their government's harsh on anybody. Shit.
Yeah, but because in China, China invests a lot of like foreign aid into Africa, so there's actually not a halfway decent amount of African people in China, but there's like a decent amount of population, and it's a stereotype that they are in charge of the drug trade. So China, compared to the US in terms of like our drug laws, are like the absolute opposite. Like, you know, there are states here where weed is recreational, but if you get caught with weed over there, they put you under the jail and swallow the key. So like they have like a no drug tolerance. And Africans there are some Africans that are a part of the drug trade. So there's like a stereotypical racism across most of China, to where if you are black, they consider you to be African, and they don't think you're American. They think because you're black that you're African, and therefore a part of the drug trade, and therefore no good, you know, bad, whatever. So yeah, I've been denied entry.
It's interesting.
Indeed, damn.
It's interesting. That's all I can really say. Love the culture and the language, but the people are
they was giving your ass some language, goddamn.
Oh, another fun fact. They have whitening agents in all of their skin products. So when I was staying over there, I would go to the store to get like facial wash and stuff. I would have to read the labels incredibly carefully, or else I would have whitening agents in some of my skin products, and I'd have bleached skin, because they prioritize and they they basically worship whiteness. Like, it's that is the whiteness is beauty in their culture. Like, anything black or brown or dark is
aren't they brown, or dare I say yellow?
Yeah.
And didn't they originate? Didn't Chinese and Japanese people? Didn't they really originate from black people? I forget what tribe it is exactly, but yeah, didn't they originate from black people?
Yeah, but black ain't right. In the global community. So
well, goddamn, we can't go nowhere. I can't go to damn Bridgeport. I can't go to China. The fuck, I can't do
I say
nothing.
Pretty Grinding learned not to go to Russia with that shit.
That's what
That was her own fault, though.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I when she got locked up, I ain't had no sympathy for her whatsoever. None for her whatsoever.
Nope.
No for her whatsoever. Like you go over there every year. That was
She
dumb as hell to have that shit in your bag. Dumb as like
And
yes, was the sentence harsh? Yes, it was. But hey, you in foreign territory, baby.
right, this ain't
You
79.
in foreign.
Yep.
And
And
who? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
contrary to popular belief, when you get arrested in other countries, like when you break the laws of other countries, the U.S. embassy that's in every single country has like the foreign service workers and like the ambassadors. They're not there to rescue you unless you're like a
High profile or something?
rich. Exactly. They're gonna come to the jail, tell you your rights, and then they're gonna leave because like.
See, fuck that. This is why I don't like to travel. But it's funny with Brittany Griner, who they traded for her, that dude, the Merchant of Death. I'm like, that's like the worst
the army
ever.
You gotta be shitting me. You gave this dude back to them. That's
like trading R2D2 for Darth Vader. That was crazy.
What? Like you trade away a Russian arms dealer for a basketball player? Oh hell no! Oh hell! Hell!
I'm like LeBron, you better stay your ass home, boy.
What? That's crazy. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that on the pod, but I just thought that was crazy. But yeah, being black is interesting. It's hilarious but horrible. Like, think about where would 70s TV be without racism? Where would it be? Where would 70s TV be without racism? It's hilarious.
Hilarious.
I'm just saying, where would it be? Where would 70s TV be without racism? There was always a butler, and there was always a feud with a black person in 70s TV, a butler or a maid and shit. So it's hilarious, but it's horrible. It is horrible. I always make jokes about the shit all the time, but and it gives you
if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Man, the world today too sensitive. Like what was a show that was I just rewatched recently. Oh, the Boondocks. Oh God, you can't have a show like that on TV.
I love it. No, you couldn't.
Oh,
Uncle Ruckus. Yes.
Wait, where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Killing all the black people where they deserve to be, under the white man.
Niggas. Got too many niggas on this damn channel. Must be some fried chicken around here somewhere for all these damn moons on the goddamn channel.
But sadly, I think in the victim Olympics, nigger is not enough. In the victim Olympics of the past, nigger used to get you a gold medal. Now that shit might get you a bronze. In the victim Olympics, you got to be gay and then go from there. Gay only gets you a silver now. Now you got to be a trans person and you got to be a midget with 2 teeth or something. The victim Olympics is real. The motherfucking nigga on the victim Olympics, you might get a bronze, you might get a fucking we just glad you came here type of participation award type shit. That shit is not enough.
The victim Olympics. That's funny.
I'm gonna use that one on Monday. But yeah, the victim Olympics, being the nigga only get you a bronze now. It used to get you gold, only get your ass up. It's gonna get you a participation ribbon in this bitch.
Yeah, we been one up by a lot of these now. Like, oh, y'all black, that's it.
You black,
pretty much, that's it. That's it. Like
I'll be at work, he called me a nigger. He called you nigger. Yeah, but like, what kind of nigger did he call? Did he call you a gay nigger? No. Well,
yeah. He say nigger and nigger. It was what? How did he say it? How did they say it? How did they say it?
How did they pronounce it and shit? You sure he wasn't talking to Brad? Because he loves being called a nigger. Ain't that right, Brad? But
was that
this sounds like a bad? This sounds like an SNL skit. That's what that sounds like.
That would be funny. Somebody come in as a plumber. Did you ask for a plumber or a plumber? Type of shit.
Yeah, girlfriends or girlfriends? Girl, like this one.
You got bitches or bitches?
Bitches. Oh my bitches. Oh.
But it's horrible, but it's hilarious. I'm gonna use that.
It's horrible. We have trauma basically in our genes, but I wouldn't trade it for a damn thing. You can't pay me to be white.
What about Chinese?
You couldn't pay. No, I don't think I'd be Chinese either. Strictly, nah, I think I'm good. I'm good. Keep me black.
Yeah,
Black.
I like being black because everybody loves us, but they hate us at the same time.
Unless
Uh-oh.
I'm just playing. Nah, I wouldn't trade being black for anything.
I don't know if
I might trade it for a
I'm
better
over
credit
my
score.
phone and my computer.
What happened? What's going on over there, Miss Lane? You all right over there? Whoa, you just paused with your eye half open?
I'm still on a delay, I guess, because
What is going on?
Yeah.
My phone keeps dying because I hate Apple products.
But where would we be without them?
That is
Apple
true.
is so overrated.
My phone.
Apple's overrated. I don't mess with Apple.
I gotta have my Apple, man.
Chargers are the worst chargers in the world. I have different iPhone chargers, and none of them are working. None of
you
my
gotta go to
chargers
the
are
iPhone
working.
store and buy a new one. That's why.
Where did you get that? Where did you get the
Top
charger
is
from?
apparently on a delay.
She got a Chinese bootleg.
No, Apple slit now. Apple won't. Your charger won't work constantly unless you actually buy it from Apple. Because if you get like the Apple charger from the gas station or some other place, they'll work for a little bit, but they'll keep going out, keep going out, keep going out. They only ones that gonna work consistently the one you actually buy from Apple. Exactly. That's what they slit with. They make sure you want to buy Apple products. They make
that's how they keep people buying their stuff, and it's real horrible because I have an iPhone, an iPad, I got my Mac, I got my watch, AirPods.
No,
it's bad.
Oh,
she froze again. Yep, froze again.
Got this.
Oh.
No, that computer is kicking your butt.
Like, you sure that's an Apple computer? You got like a Pear computer, ain't Apple.
No, I'm not on the Apple computer. I'm not on the Apple computer. I'm on other Apple charger.
They're not liking you tonight.
That thing is not liking you.
Not liking you tonight.
I understand. It happens. I had some connection issues a couple weeks ago because my Wi-Fi in my apartment was acting funny a couple weeks ago. It's acting funny, so yeah, it kept going in and out a few weeks ago. It fits now, so definitely get it.
Drill, it is 10:30, so I have.
Yeah, no, I have.
Off.
Okay.
It was nice talking to
you. All right,
guys.
I appreciate you joining the show.
Yeah,
indeed.
I appreciate you.
Say something Chinese though. Say something Chinese though, right quick.
What do you want me to say?
Thank you for being the. Thank you for female presence.
You want me to say goodbye?
Yeah, I know how to say hello. Is it ni hao, right?
Yeah, ni hao is hello and zai jian is goodbye. Or hui to jian, which is like I'll see you later.
Okay, I'm about to go pick me up a bra from Chinatown right now.
Oh my goodness.
Kai Lan taught me that.
Okay.
Kai Lan
good night.
And taught me that.
Lord. Okay, y'all have a good night.
Right now.
Man, it's been a good conversation. It's been a good conversation.
I don't know how much value I'm adding to discussion because I'm so delayed.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It actually cleared up a little bit.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, it happens.
Yeah. But you got any question you want to ask Tori or me? Anything you want to talk about? Any?
No, just that everything is connected. Like we were talking about, I think the original title of this was like the what was it, the Son Husbands or something like that. I forgot.
We talk about mama's boys versus daddy's girls. That's what we talking about.
And I'm just saying everything affects everything. We can't just look at that in the vacuum. We have to look at everything that's going on outside the home affects what's going inside the home, etc., etc. That's all I want to say. And also, y'all should definitely check out the Easily Offended podcast, which I'm on. Definitely check that out.
Gotcha. I'm looking to collab. I still haven't been a guest on anybody else's podcast yet, so I'm definitely like trying to expand.
Yeah.
You've been on guest on kind of mine, except we just went on Facebook Live.
We went on Facebook. That is true.
You got a podcast too? Oh, damn, put my shit in the chat right here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm joining the wave of people with something to say.
Everybody got something to say.
Yeah, cause me and her, we be sitting on Facebook all the
No,
time, man.
that's a fact.
We be sitting on Facebook all the time. We just have to. I
I'll
always
just
when I see comments, people like, why you giving her? I'm like, man, I have to take her for men. I'm a man's advocate.
Somebody
Not
got
that I don't feel for women, I do. I don't. Not that I don't feel for women. I don't like that whole niggas ain't shit, blah blah this, all that bitterness. I'm like, no. You're not going. You ain't gonna sit up here and just shit on all of it. Sit up here because we out here working hard.
No, I think it goes back and forth. I mean, men got issues, women got issues, but we all have our individual issues that if a certain group of issues affects one group more than the others. Like you could say, like things that have to do with birth.
Mm-hmm.
I would say unfairly, but that hinges more on the women as opposed to men because men are gonna they'll stick their thing inside the telephone pole if you let them. But if women had put more sanction on who entered them, then we would have to act accordingly. So but once the baby is born, then that falls on us because ultimately, whether she wanted to have it or not, once the baby is here, I mean, responsibility is responsibility. I mean, what you gonna do?
I agree with that. Cause I say one thing I
I'm
say
all
was
for.
women
I'm
control
all
women.
for
I agree. I agree with that. Cause women, I will say women,
making
although
us
it's on
take
both
us by.
sides. Yeah, it's on both sides. It's on both sides. But women do control access to sex.
Yeah.
But it's also a man's responsibility. If you do have kids, you gotta step up and take care of. Cause we all know the risks of sex.
Yeah,
We know the risks. We know. We all know what can come out of it. We all.
we
So,
grow.
yeah, gotta be real with it. So I agree. I can agree with that definitely.
Yeah.
And
So, but yeah.
we see it. It's a lot more than just pregnancy out here in these streets.
Yeah, like Orange Crush girl.
You said arm crush?
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh yeah, I forgot you ain't from this area. Orange
Arm.
Crush. So it's like a spring. She went viral a few weeks ago. So it's like a spring break party.
Oh,
Like it
shit.
happens on Tybee Island. Cause I went to Georgia Southern. So Tybee Island like an hour and 15 minutes from my college. Well, I'm
Oh,
not.
you in Georgia? Okay.
Yeah. I graduated. Now I'm in Atlanta now. But when I went to college there, they would have Orange Crush every year at Tybee Island, and that's where you would go to. It's like one of Georgia's like Berry Islands, Berry
Okay.
Islands. So it's like a big spring break party. This year, a couple weeks ago,
I'm
girl
talking
went
about
viral.
that girl.
Wait, say that again. Just cut out a
I'm
little bit
about that.
again.
She got her cheeks clapped in the bathroom, and then they found out she had herpes.
Yep, that's
That's
it.
the Orange Crush girl. Wait a minute. So a group of guys clapped it or just one?
No, it's just one. So basically, like she was so drunk that they was in the bathroom and like she got recorded. They was in the stall. Dude was clapping her in the stall. Dude was clapping her. Then she revealed later that she had herpes. So dude got herpes from her.
Well, that's really on him. I mean, she was super drunk, and then you went in with no. That's on you, dog. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's on.
yeah. I felt bad for both. Well, I don't feel bad. I get on both of them. Definitely on him. Definitely
That's
on him. But her, I like. First of all, like you got shitty friends. How your friends let you get in a situation like that? Cause
I
I
wouldn't.
watched her story on Instagram
No, what
all the way up, leading up, and she had like 5 bottles of Patron in her lap driving down the type.
people
It's
got?
2018.
People have. I just don't understand how be
That's
looking
like the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you good.
at.
This girl's.
Yeah, she started to cut out again. But
Yeah.
yeah, she went viral. I'm talking about millions of views.
I'm just looking at her now, yo. Get the fuck out of here, Joe. But I'm saying, if I'm a dude and we on a fucking spring vacation and I know everybody is doing whatever, why would I go in a chick with nothing? I'm just, that's just dumb. And it's like you said, that's kind of like that whole Shanquilla Robinson situation. What kind of friends this girl got? You just gonna let your friend in the star? I know y'all hear that shit. And you know she drunk as hell, but you gonna still let her get banged. It's like, girl, what was you doing? You know what the fuck she was doing. So that's crazy, yo. But I blame him. I mean, I blame her But I really blame him. I'm like, bruh, that you can't blame nobody but yourself for that, bro.
If you got somebody without doing your proper research first, that's on you. I think
Yeah,
everybody needs to disclose if they got, diseases. But if she too drunk to make them decisions, then
he probably shouldn't even did it. So that's totally on him. I mean,
shouldn't even have done it.
yeah, she could
I
flip
think
that.
I think this whole sex being the everybody is thinking about all the time is extremely annoying.
Again,
But I will argue that, but men are wired. I would argue that sex is genetically wired for men. Not saying they should go and like chase it all the time, but it's like just men. Most men just
I'm not saying this be mindful and conscious of what you laying down with. Just like women's bodies are temples, so is y'all's. Y'all have sex with everything that moves, just the nut. Like, thing, you shouldn't even be doing all of that.
But see, I will say this is where the double standard come in, because that's actually one of the few double standards that actually favor men. That is actually one, like a woman fucking around, a man fucking around is perceived by two very different things in society. A woman that's fucking around, what society gonna call her? A hoe?
I don't think nobody should be fucking around. It's all nasty.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. But a man, most men get congratulated for fucking around. Cause honestly, it takes more work for a man to fuck around than a woman.
I was just about to say that. That's the
it takes more work. It takes a while, cause it takes a lot of work for a man to be getting pussy like that. Then to be getting pussy like.
But let's talk about it though. Let's talk about that though, because men manipulate women so much.
Now, come on now.
Men literally make it hard. Men, but they lie to women just to get coochie. Y'all will men will go through the motions and manipulate women and more.
I can tell you why.
Just to get sex.
I ain't saying it right, but I can tell you why.
If men was really player about it, all of that is not necessary. I think that if all you want is sex, then that's what you need to say up front. I don't think you need to come in to nobody's space and emotionally manipulate them and play on their emotions. Just
I'm not gonna say it's right, but
because that's breeding toxic cycles.
I'm not gonna say it's right, but I can tell you why men lie. I can tell you, like I'm not saying it's right, but I can tell you why.
That's what sex work is for.
I can tell you because a lot of men don't want to run the risk, because for the most part, in general, even I got homegirls to say this. Like, I feel like women in general don't. A lot of women say they want the truth, but they can't really handle the truth.
No,
you can't really.
They're
a lot of women rather hear a comforting lie than honest truth.
They don't want the truth.
A comforting lie than honest. If a man sat here tell everyone, like, you know what, I don't want sex, I don't want no relationship or nothing about that, they will lose out most of their potential, most of the pussy they're gonna get. They will lose out. They will
allowed to say no.
Man. But I understand what you're saying, though. I said that's why I made it clear before I said it. Like, I'm not saying it's right.
Emotional manipulation here, no.
That's why I say everything affects everything. True. It's a lot of dudes that manipulate women, lie to them, etc., etc. But we live in a time where women want to bust down just as much as the man, sometimes even more. And that shit is fucking promoted, embraced, rewarded even.
So I was just about to say that. I was like, honestly, men, a lot of men just starting to play the game that women been playing for a long time. Women manipulate men too. Manipulate men. I don't know how many. I got homegirls. Almost every one of them, if not now in their past, they have a guy that they know damn well that guy want them. He want to be with her, and she know damn well in her head she ain't never about to give him a time of day. But yeah, she'll still set the money. She'll let him take him out on dates. She'll let him do that. She'll drain the shit out of that man until he finally like wake his dumb ass up and be like, okay, she ain't about to give me the time of day. Let me stop this. But they won't say shit. They'll take all the gifts, take the dates, all that. women don't come out and say, you know what? When he every time I get off, most women don't come out like, no, I can't take this because I don't like you like that. I just can't.
Right.
All women sit up there drain the shit out of a man, knowing damn well she ain't about to give him time of day.
All the time.
There she go. Hold on, I'm about to add her back.
Well, damn.
Yay! My
go.
phone turned back on.
Your phone working now. You brighter than everything now. Okay, goddamn.
There we go. Hold on.
Goddamn.
Finally. But okay, I really have a problem with that. Like, I don't like when men say that women can't handle the truth. Women can handle the truth. Women can handle the truth. I don't think men can handle the rejection that comes with telling women the truth.
A man goes through life with rejection. I think why my man said woman can't handle the truth because dude's been trying to have smashed you since you was like 13, 14. And usually a man is not going to argue with you because he want to smash. And then when he tell you the truth, usually going to take offense to that, whether he's right or wrong. Whereas as a man, rejection is part of being a man. It's like,
right, but a lot of men can't handle the rejection though, which is why they turn into manipulating women for the coochie instead of just saying, "Hey, I think you cute and I just want to fuck."
I mean, some
but the problem is like it for I think women in general got this construed that like me, it's just easy as shit for men to get pussy. It's just easy as shit. Like
easy.
But but see, let me finish. See, but they think it's easy. So like, I'm not saying it's right for men to do this, but it's like most men, they brain, they thinking like, man, if I sit here and tell every woman I meet, you know what, I just want to fuck. Like probably a good 9 to 10 of those women, 9 out of 10 of those women go like, they ain't gonna get him none. As soon as he tell her the truth, like, yeah, I just want to fuck. I don't want no relationship. I just want to fuck. So he loses out. It's a risk for a man life potential. Like, damn, if I sit and tell every woman that like I just want to fuck, I don't want no relationship.
But if that's all you want, then shouldn't you be honest up front though?
It should be.
If you don't want a relationship, why would you play like you do just to get some coochie? I feel like sex work exists for this reason. I know men who like, I don't downplay prostitutes or nothing like that. Like, make your money, boo, make your money. Like, but if all you want is sex without the emotions, pay for it. It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
No, it's not the same.
It is. Because by emotionally manipulating women and going through the phases like, oh, I want to be with you, and we going on dates, you paying for the pussy anyway, are you not?
But it's not the same because usually you pay a woman to leave, not to stay.
Right, but if you only want sex, don't you want them to leave afterwards anyway?
I mean, true. Sometimes it is easier just to pay them. You know what I'm saying? Because then you don't have to spend time, etc., etc.
Right. So like,
I do feel that, but it's like, again, I think men kind of operate off ego because it's like, what does it sound better if I tell my boys, yo, I just had sex with 10 chicks this weekend or this summer? They say, damn, that was cool. But I say, yeah, it only cost me like $10,000. Damn, you said that for putting fat bitches on layaway. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's an ego thing.
I don't think that's a brag. I don't think that's a brag.
And I think far as
I was just about to say that in my head. I was sitting there like that. You made me think about the whole Lizzo situation when you started talking about fat bitches. Started talking about the whole, because that's a whole nother situation. But you get keep going.
But I'm saying also, I gotta agree with my man. I don't think women like the truth, not just in romantic situations, but just kind of in general. I bet you I know I can. I bet you can too. Think about times he told a woman the truth and she fucking went the fuck off. You know, you can't really tell them the truth. They don't want to know that. They say they want the truth. And I'm going to say something that's real fucked up. Women say they want a lot of things, but as soon as you give it to them, they're the ones that, I want a nice guy. I wish I could meet a guy, open the door for me and all that. As soon as you meet him, you're going to shit all over him. I hate the dude who's mean to him. The dudes who are abusive, drug dealers and all that, they always got a woman. Always. The nice dudes, they always press with no woman.
But that's not because the women like them. It's because they like the lifestyle of the fast money. Like that's.
They don't even always have to have money. A dude could be broke as hell, smoking weed, playing Madden, eating Lucky Charms all day on their couch.
Run a game out her house and still got all the hoes. Still got all and run a game out her house and still. Like they just like that. They just, I want just like that shit. They like that shit. Women are in their prime in the younger.
them bitches is dickmatized. That's what it is.
They love
when you ain't got, I will say the most ain't shit niggas got the most bomb dick in the world. Like, because
See?
can't nothing else make a woman stay besides that. Like, that's stupid. I am the first to say, like, I am one of those weird, like those weirdo black girls, right? Like, I am a weirdo. Like,
You're a weirdo.
I'm one of them, like, it's so hard for me to date because I'm just be honest, I'm not ugly. I'm attractive.
Well,
Like,
damn. Okay.
and not like bragging on myself or nothing like that, but it's hard dating when you are conventionally attractive, because you have a lot of people that just come after you for your looks and not what you like are about. So I attract drug dealers and scammers and stuff because of the way I look. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the type of dude that I like, because are you gonna be singing My Chemical Romance with me at 3 o'clock in the morning? Hell no. Like, are you listening? Are you watching Hamilton with me, the musical? No.
No.
Like, do you know? Can we engage in
Mm.
intellectual conversations? Hell no. Like, it's it's based off the woman too. Like, like I said, I attract drug dealers. A lot of them.
Wait a minute. How do you attract drug dealers? Please tell me.
Because a lot of drug dealers be in my inbox.
But how though? Well, you got like a hotline or something? How does that
No,
happen?
no, I just, I'll be on Facebook talking, and then like
What you be
something.
saying? I love drug dealers. Hit me with a bird, nigga. What? What you be saying?
No, I don't say anything. I'll just post a picture and they come out the water.
You
Like,
post a picture of what?
me, my face.
And then that's you have a drug dealer face. Is that what you're telling me?
This is what I tell women.
No,
This is what. So,
no, I'm not saying I have a drug dealer face, but the majority of the dudes who come at me aren't, 9-to-5ers.
that's because them niggas ain't like busy. Like, that's why this is what I told this girl a couple same girl I told you about earlier. This is what I told her a few years ago when she said, like, yeah, all I try is bum niggas. Niggas be like, oh, I had two niggas that I had to like I had to take care of them. They had moved to my house shit. And I was like, but what are you doing to put yourself in position to be with to find the good men? What are you doing to put yourself? Because I told her, this is a rule I think women should understand. I like, usually the men y'all don't want is the one that come in y'all DMs and be chasing y'all shit, because they got time of day to do that shit. Like, most good men, hardworking men, they ain't got time to be in women DMs and shit. They don't chase. We don't chase women. We don't fucking chase women. We don't fucking chase women. Like, you want us, you gotta come find us. We ain't come to knock on your door like, hey baby, we ready for you. Hey baby, we ready for you. Like, we working.
You
We
want to
out
go
here
scam
we out here trying to be top tier out here. We out here trying to. We don't make time to go chase women. We don't make time to. That's why I told her, I was like, well, the nigga that hop in your DMs and shit, usually probably the niggas y'all don't want. I'm glad you understand that.
And I
I'm
don't.
glad you
And I
understand that.
don't. And I
Nah,
don't. My
I'm
DMs
just
go largely unanswered because I
I'm
don't
still
want them.
I'm still
Exactly.
just wondering. I'm like my dudes, like, one, you're attracting what you don't want, and two, you said specifically scammers and drug dealers. So I'm like, what you say, all the niggas with warrants who like to sleep on couches and love Lucky Charms. I'm
Hell
like,
no. I be wanting the exact opposite. I will want the exact opposite. I
so
want the weirdo.
what would you put on your Facebook if you wanted these guy who loves anime,
Oh,
Hamilton, and all that?
I don't post anything on my Facebook that tells anybody I want a man at all.
You putting something on there. You got criminals. They coming right from traffic court to your Facebook. So I'm
That's
just
no, it's like not even, because I don't post about, you know what I'm saying, what it is that I look for in a man. I don't do that
you just
because I
posting
feel
pictures
like,
of you from the head to the neck up, huh?
huh?
You just post
For the
pictures of
most
you.
part, for the
I
most
would say
part,
that,
yeah.
like, cause me and her
Yeah.
friends on Facebook, I would say she don't post nothing crazy like that.
Okay, all
She
right.
don't post nothing crazy. Like, she
I
ain't on
mean, I'm
Facebook
not
on two
saying
piece or nothing like that. She ain't.
Okay,
I'm
all
not
right.
saying
Yeah.
that there's not I'm not saying that there's not provocative stuff on my page, because there is. But for the most part, no, you get a selfie.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering,
You
but
get
all right.
you get this. I hardly ever post pictures of my body on Facebook. Hardly ever.
Well, you better take a picture with
I'm
some
gonna say
Hamilton posters or some anime, some I don't know, what was it, Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit.
You know, I'll post like I'm super into Harry Potter, so like I talk about
There you
Harry
go.
Potter on my page, like,
Okay.
and if you
me
know,
too.
like I talk about the things that interest me, and
Okay.
one day I will find my weirdo who is into the same things that I'm into, and he will be a black man who is just just as
You might have to get on one of these black anime Facebooks. Oh, there she go again. Oh, goddamn. I'm about to say these weirdo cats usually have good internet.
Yeah, she can't be gaming.
Right.
Yeah, gaming. Oh, they cut off.
He gonna be mad as hell. He like, you
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. Right when we about to win. Bloop. Bloop. Ooh. Oh, I've been there before. Oh, Madden. Oh, right. How about score a game with touchdown? Shit freeze. Oh,
we done.
you motherfucker. You got to
We
be
done.
fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking boy. You
We,
gotta be. Oh man, those days. But
man.
she don't. No, I'm a friend with her on Facebook. She don't post nothing crazy,
Okay,
nothing
but
like that. She keep because I do get sad because some of you women they be. I used to do that, deal with that when I was in college. Like, bro, girls on the campus be walking, especially South Georgia.
oh, I could just.
Man, girls on campus will walk around half ass naked. And
Oh,
then complain that men walk up to them all day long on campus, talk to them. I'm like, are you kidding me? Even my own homegirl be like that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like,
naked,
girl.
no drawers.
I like, girl. You basically asked her, you basically waving a bone in front of a dog and saying him not to goddamn touch it, not to goddamn touch it, not to say nothing, not to goddamn.
Right.
I'm like, you walking around campus with your ass out, your titties
Literally.
out, and you mad that men are approaching you and talking to you? What do you expect? What do you
Oh,
expect? And you're mad. Like,
indeed.
so it was, I baffle with like women that talk like that.
That's because
Like
it goes back to what you're saying. They don't want the truth. If they got their ass out and you told them that, they'll argue with you all day. But I always tell women, it's not the issue is not that men are looking at you. The issue is going to be when you have your ass and titties out and they stop looking at your ass. Like a lot of chicks on your college campus, she can have her titties out, ass out. She knows somebody gonna say, "Hey, what's going on?" But what happens if she dressed like that for a week and nobody hollers at her? That's when she gonna have the real problems. She like, I
yeah.
was
It's
butt
like,
ass
what's going on? Like, yeah, she gonna start feeling type of way. I'm like,
nigga.
you like the man's attention.
Yeah,
You like men's attention dressing like that. It's okay.
right. But back when that wall hits, that's when she might want to hear the truth. Then she'll want the dude
Yeah.
who's a guy. That's when she gonna want the dude who watches Hamilton and all that because shit. Otherwise, she gonna be chilling with her cat in the pit bull.
I seen it's a what was the podcast? I think it's on. Oh, it's called just Tori.
no,
Called just
I'm
Tori.
so
Like
mad
two
my
dudes
phone.
on there. Yeah, it's all good. Now
Yeah.
she keep like that two dudes on there like, man, they said the best like, well, women want to go fuck Tyrone and go fuck all these fuck niggas in their 20s when they look their best and late 20, and then when they get by 35, 40, then they want to wake up. Oh, now where's a good man at? What a good man like? Go on back to Tyrone. Go on back to take your
Real.
ass on back to Tyrone. Take your ass home. Like, don't come my way now. Mm-mm.
You gonna go ahead with your dude. Yes.
But saying that, but this is saying that, like saying you're allowing women grace to find out like what works for them and what doesn't though. Like
I mean,
you
that's
spend your
fine.
early 20s, nobody got their life together at 20.
But that's fine. But I always say men and women are both valuable to the world. We're just as valuable to the world, but in different. But we are both just as valuable to the world, but in different ways. But basically, men and women live by different rules.
Indeed.
I think a man's prime is different than a woman's prime.
Definitely.
Different is different if we live by different rules. A man's prime based on his finances
It's
and what he
access.
got going on in life. Men are at their lowest in their 20s. I'm talking
Yes.
about when it comes to relationships, not in general. Not like when it comes to society, just when it comes to relationships. Men are at their best when we like 35, 30, we like
35
minimum
plus.
30.
Yeah.
Minimum 30, 30 to 45 when you're gonna start hit your peak.
Indeed.
Financial 20 is always a struggle years. It's always a struggle. That's why I don't never recommend. I don't know if man like no offense to any man that has because I got men in
Right.
my
So
family
if
got married in their
everybody's
20s.
struggle years is in their 20s,
But it's
Not
like he said though,
not when it comes to relationships.
Your
Now
prime
what
is
they call women look their best when they're like 30 and below, or 30, 35 and 32 and below, because that's when y'all look y'all best. And you already know men are physical. The first thing we know is in women is looks. I ain't saying nothing else matters. I'm not saying nothing else matters. I'm talking
right.
about initially when we first meet women. What first thing we think? Damn, she fine.
I don't
Damn,
think
she
that
look
I look
good.
the best. I don't think that I look the best.
Okay.
Oh, I think in your 20s you are finding yourself. I think you might, depending on the person, you might be in good condition, but that's just because you're young. I think anybody when you get to a certain age has to then keep it up.
Oh, definitely, I
I'm
agree with
30.
that.
I don't look 35.
Oh
Like
no.
I still get lottery tickets. Like,
You get lottery
you
tickets.
know, like it. I think it's. I don't think
I don't know what that means,
look
but all
like
right.
I don't at least look 18.
What?
I think in our dating, I
Oh, you gave us the finger.
don't
Look at it.
uh is looking for long term.
But no, you was breaking up. But it's like my man
What happened?
said. The primes are different for men and women, and there are different consequences for a man not getting himself together in his 20s as opposed to a woman. Because in your prime years, when you like you said, like my man said, 18 to 30, those are your prime years to usually get a husband. Whereas for a man, those are his prime years to become a husband. You know, he has to go to school, build himself up. He has to accumulate value, where you as a woman, you're born with value. And that value, unfortunately, when it comes to romantic relationship, goes down. In order for me as a man, I have to build my value. I mean, my value isn't, I mean, I have some value when I'm young. Maybe I'm young, I look good or whatever. But at the end of the day, if I'm broke, then people gonna look at me sideways. But a man has to accumulate value. And like my man says, a man's value is more determined by his access to means as opposed to his appearance. That's why a motherfucker who's like 75 or 80 can get with a chick who's about 25, 30.
30, because
Whereas a woman that's 75 or 80, unless she's share, is gonna look weird getting with a dude that's 25 or 30. I mean, a man might take one for the team if she got some money, but that's rare. Even if she got money, the dude might still be like, I don't know. So it's different. And
yeah.
it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just par for the course, man,
I
unfortunately.
mean, I hate that this is coming in because I so want to comment in real time.
Please
But
come.
like I can understand, but I don't think that I like as a woman in today's like world that I would have been ready for marriage for now
I mean,
at
that's
30.
true. That's true.
And
I feel that.
I don't think that I been ready for real.
But you're not getting your cheeks clapped at the
Like
Orange Crush either every year, though.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, and
I'm
I
just
wasn't do.
saying.
And then there's an added pressure of being like 30 with a almost 8-year-old that like diminishes
A
my
little bit.
dating value.
Little bit.
Like, but I have one child. I don't have no drama surrounding that
That's good.
child. You know, I'm not dating looking for a stepfather. Like
But you a package
at
deal, though.
all. Like I'm dating
You are,
for
you are,
me
but,
and
Yeah,
what
but
I
you are
say you
package.
are. I say you are.
correct.
Yeah, you are.
Correct. That's very true.
See, this is what my man was
That's
saying about the
very
truth.
true. My son, but at the same time, I'm not dating for somebody to come in and play that role for him because for the most part, my son is never seen me date. He's never been introduced to anybody that I've dated for the most part. I don't the get super serious. I don't find it necessary until the relationship gets super serious, and I ain't been super serious with nobody because
Okay.
my son knows who his dad is and has a very relationship with his father. And at any point, if he wanted to go live with his daddy, could go live with his daddy.
But that still affects
And
him,
it's
even though I
going with
think
his
that's
daddy
good
when he
policy.
gets to a certain age.
Wait a minute. I think that's good policy, but that still affects him as well, because how is he going to know, like when he starts to get dating age and he has trouble with women, it's like, didn't you ever see your mom with somebody or somebody? He's like, no. But I still think it's good policy though. But I'm just saying that affects him too, though. So I'm saying I could say that kind of from that affects him too, though.
And it's not because it's not that I don't want to date. It's just the people that I was dating before weren't of caliber.
The drug dealers.
So what do you need to eat my goal? Like now that I'm trying to
Just put this bird in your baby daddy.
but like I've only tried that once and it didn't work out for me.
I'm
Dating
glad
a
you
drug
survived.
dealer is not for me. I've tried it one time.
I'm glad you survived.
I cannot. The first time he got in my car with 3 guns that was big in my head, I was confused and was ready to go. I said, absolutely not. Why you got so many guns? Who is shooting us?
Damn. Woo.
Who is shooting us? So much protection.
Gonna take you on the date in the trap, goddamn.
I can't do it.
Hey, that's all. That's good policy though. We don't want the kids to be exposed.
I swear, like fun to me. Like I go pick.
Good policy. So I can't be mad at that.
Absolutely not. And even if they weren't drug dealers, like just saying the random good dude that I would meet. I just don't think it's necessary to meet my kid until we're serious. I don't want I don't need a relationship to develop just for it to not work. And now you feel some type of way about some type of way about you. So I don't believe in that. That's why when I date, like, yes, I want you to be a good person. And if you are late to being, if you need to fill that role, you can, because you're a good dude, But until I'm not dating for that, because no,
that's understood though.
Yeah, so I got a question.
Wrong by
So I got a
could be
question.
wrong in not doing that.
So what would you? So this is my thing. So it save a guy. You still did take a guy serious. Like how open would you be with that guy about your past, with with your child's father, and like what happened, how the kid came to be, and things like that. The reason why I asked was I'm not gonna say I would never get serious with a single mother, but if I did, the moment I get serious with her, I would ask those questions. I would ask, me personally. I would, because I think it's important for a guy that's gonna get serious with a woman to know those things, like what happened, how it happened, things like that.
Like why the relationship with my kid's father did, like, open about that.
Yeah. Not saying you guys tell us now because that's your business, but I'm just saying I say, like, if you got serious with a guy, how open would you be to talking about it? Because I know some women, like some single mothers, some I know, I ask them this question and they'd be like, "Oh no, that ain't none of his business." And I was like, "How it's not? If he's gonna marry you, he's gonna be financially responsible for that child like his own. I think he has the right to know what happened, like the history of it, because it's a risk he getting into. It's a risk he getting into."
Oh, I don't have no problem. I have no problem talking about why we like. I'll tell anybody, we were young. A pregnancy happened. We both didn't want to, but we as a couple were like, if we had did what we were supposed to do, my kid would never be here, because we would have broke up, stayed at the place where we would have had a baby. Like, I'm grown enough and can be like, our relationship was toxic. I played a part. He played a part. We thought we were ready for a big grown, we weren't. And on top of that, that was my first. I didn't know what was going on. I just was there. I just was there. I just was.
didn't work
You
out,
was young. It happens. It happens. You was young. It happens.
but we had a kid.
It happens. You know.
I mean, it happens. I thought I was going to do it in the beginning. It
Hmm.
didn't. It didn't end up that way, and now we co-parent. So
Yeah.
I don't have any problem open about why my son's father didn't work out, because I'm super open and honest about, like, I don't have baby daddy issues. That's not over here. I need you coming over here checking nothing. I don't need you to say nothing to the dude. Like, I mean, if you want to have a conversation as, but having a conversation because you with me now and you around his kid, if we take it that far, then by all means, I'm not gonna stop. It's just like, I don't have them issues. I don't talk to him about what he got going on, and he ain't gonna talk to me about what going on.
Okay. Hey man, it happens, man.
Yeah,
It's
it
part of
does.
life. That happens.
It does. It does.
It
So
is.
But you know, I think a thing they don't think about the guy's part. When you date a single mom, sometimes it's real tough because when you break up with her, sometimes you got to break up with the child too, and that kind of fucks with you and the child. It's like I've been dating you, I've been
Yeah.
kicking it with you, I'm playing PlayStation with your son and shit, and now we both got to explain to him why I'm not gonna be coming around no more, and it kind of hurts that. I kind of broke up with this chick and she had 3 kids and it just made me feel some type of way. Just talking about it make me feel some type of way. I feel like I broke up with the kids too. And sometimes I feel like I still would like to spend time with the kids, but maybe not romantic time with her. So it just kind of, I don't know. It fucks with you though.
And see, that's why I don't introduce people to my kid. My kid gets attached real easy. But at the same time, he is also very much an advocate for me and his dad getting better, and that's just never happening. So I rather not subject him. I'd rather not subject him to anything because I have been able to convince him that me and his dad aren't gonna work out. So I just rather not.
So in that case, do you I know you basically what you just said, probably answered the question already. You recognize that probably would be like a potential issue. You did get serious with somebody that you know your son like might kind of reject them just because he almost look at, cause you know kids gonna look at how he replacing daddy, replacing my dad, replacing. Cause that's a thing out here. You know,
Oh,
like
if he's
have
already
kids have
stated that.
problems with the step parents, have issues with the like. I could like you think that might be a factor. Is that it's basically is that a factor for you? Like you think like if I get serious with this guy,
Very much
I gotta
so.
worry about my son. Is he gonna like fight back on this because he still wants me to be with his dad. He still want. Cause that does happen out here, where the child rejects the step parent because it basically taking the place in their mind. It's taking the place of their dad or their mom. Is taking her. So I was wondering, like, if that's something that run through your mind in the dating world out here. Something there.
Yeah, hold on.
So when you talk about slippery slope, like it very easy to get to the point.
No, that definitely plays a role. My son has gone on record and said that he's allowed to have and only one dad. So his dad is allowed to get married to somebody else, but I'm not, because he needs a mom wherever he is. But he only needs one dad, and his person that's gonna feel that. Like he that, and he will continue to say that. Like he will say that tomorrow, next week. Like, I can have 2 moms, mommy, but I can't have 2 dads. Cause I need a mom, and when you're not a mom, but when daddy's not here, I don't need him.
Whoa! I don't know how I feel about that, but all right. Whoa!
Yeah, that's
what he said. Like, so his
How I
dad,
feel about
and the
that.
only reason why he said that is because his dad has 3 other children with another woman. And he will go over there with his brothers and his dad and the other lady, and he'll be like, I need a mom over here, when daddy's around, because you're not around. I need a mommy, but I don't need a daddy when you're around. Like,
Dude, I still don't know how I feel about that, man. Whew.
They,
It threw me when I heard it. I didn't know how to feel. I was like, I've never heard a kid say that.
So that because that makes me feel like what happens when he becomes a dad? How is he going to feel about himself? Damn, do my kids really need me? I don't know.
yeah.
That just ugh.
But I hope when he gets older, like I think it's just because he's young. But as he get older, maybe he'll like mature a little bit. Get that point. Like I thought you deserve to have someone. So I have someone in your life, of course. So I hope he definitely like has more of an open mind. Like realizes that no, mama needs love in her life too. Mama needs love. It's not. Don't look at it as like guys like look at it as a second father. Look at it that that's my mom's husband. That's my
Like
mom's husband respected in that way. I think maybe he will when he get older.
I hope so. It's like
Maybe
looking at
he will. He get.
disposable or some
I'm
shit.
not. I'm not. I'm not too. It's alarming. But I'm not too worried because he's younger. Now, if he was like 14, 15 saying that, then I'd be a whole lot more alarmed. It's like, oh, whoa, all right, you too
Yeah,
young.
he could change.
Yeah,
Indeed,
he's still
he
young.
definitely
I wouldn't
change.
worry about it. He don't
Yeah,
understand. Yeah, he's not old enough to understand yet. I don't know, dude.
yeah. I was like, damn, son, for real.
Yeah, I don't think he.
Oh, what the heck? I don't know what happened. She's
I
still there.
think he's. I think he. I think he doesn't understand either. I don't think he gets it. Thinks
Mm-hmm.
is that mommy is somebody who is nice and daddy is somebody who is a disciplinarian. He needs he needs somebody no matter where he goes, but he doesn't necessarily want a disciplinarian everywhere he goes. I think in
Who
how he
does?
views it.
No, the
Okay.
kids don't never want it, but
Right.
it grow up. The society has showed us that they need it. Has showed us that they need it because look at the men. Because look at the statistics. The men, most of the men that are in prison right now, boom.
Mm,
So, no,
yeah,
single mother with no father at all. No father at all. So it's good that you have that your son has a father in his life. Because men
indeed,
tend to be bring the women the mothers tend to be the nurturing ones. The nurturing one men tend to be want to bring structure and more discipline. Tend to be so you need a balance of both.
indeed, indeed.
Definitely need a balance of both. Need a balance of is women. I mean, kids definitely always gonna reject discipline, but as they grow up, it's the same thing with even like I'm pretty sure Sean said too, but even me's like, shoot, my dad growing up, my dad he wasn't that hard. I don't know, my dad wasn't that hard, but he was when it come down to like needing to hear the tough things, my dad be the one to say it.
Oh,
And I reject that time, but now I'm 25 now. You know, dad been gone for about 6 years now, rest in peace. But now that I've grown up, now I look back at those lessons at the time that I tried to reject. It's like now I'm glad I heard it. I'm glad I heard
indeed,
it. It made me who I am today. I'm glad I heard it. So
indeed,
it's like, cause my mom she was to be the softer one. It's not like that. I'm dad like, no, y'all need to hear this. This is not how I like. It's not how I like out there. This is not how I like. We're not gonna sugarcoat. Tell
that's
him the
right.
world ain't like this. Tell him the world it's how I like out here. That's how it is. It's not gonna prepare him. It's not gonna. So, all right, here join back in a minute. But yeah, I agree though. I can yeah. It's been a good night. We had a lot of conversations tonight. It's been pretty good tonight. Last night, son disconnected. So he might come back in a minute. Come back in. But yeah, it's been a good night. How you feel about tonight?
It was good. I liked it. I'm next time I would definitely have to make sure my phone is on 100% because I can't do this back and forth. It is annoying.
Oh yeah, I understand. Next week I'll have my camera back up because I ordered me an HDMI capture tonight, and it should be in this weekend. So I don't got to use my phone next week. So I can actually have my phone in my hand because I know I probably got messages and stuff, and I ain't be able to check
Yes.
it for the last 3 hours. Be able to check it. My phone is my camera right now. It's my camera right. So yeah, I definitely thank
Yeah.
everybody who came in the chat today and talked. Y'all make sure y'all follow me. You want to give your shout out to one more time? You want to shout out your social medias to the crowd one more
Yes.
time?
On Facebook. Follow me on Facebook at Tori Flowers. Follow me on Instagram at Tori underscore naturally. Oh my God. Follow me chat, I think at Tori _naturally. Yeah. Oh my God, y'all! We're getting off here. You have a good night, sir.
Yeah, have a good night. Appreciate you. That's funny. That's funny. Well, y'all, it's been a good show. It's been a good show. It's been a good show. I appreciate everybody watching tonight. And until next time. Peace. Yeah.